welcome to Call of Cthulhu here on Dork Tales. I am your keeper. Yeah, I'm a keeper. Hell yeah, I'm a keeper. Hi, I'm your keeper, Kelle. I use he and him pronouns, and I am very excited to be here tonight for a tale of the macabre. Joining me on this quest into the unknown are several seasoned adventurers and investigators that you may have already met. But I'll let them introduce themselves to you. Hayden, would you like to start us off?
Sure, why not? Hi guys, I'm Hayden Daviau. I am a player over here on Dork Tales. You might know me from our Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign where I played Lysithian Callisto. Tonight I am playing Jessica Brooks, a seasoned author. And I use they and them pronouns because that's the other thing I should mention.
Nice.
But that's me. Hi.
Good to have you. All right, over in the corner. Hello, Christa.
Hi, I'm Christa. You have seen me on a number of Dork Tales things and will hopefully continue to see me in the future as well. But you can use she, her, or they, them pronouns for me. Tonight I'm playing Daisy Wilcox, a female engineering student in the 20s. So, you know, off to a good start. But also
feminism, it's here.
It's here. It's reached the 1920s. The new
everyone run.
Pretty much. She's also a stage magician's assistant, even though she actually builds all of the magician's tricks.
Do you have the magician's name? Because that's very, very important to me.
Yes.
It's the Amazing Rando.
It's the Amazing Kragan.
Amazing.
And his name was David Wilcox, so I kind of stole that, but he can either have a different last name or he can
be your
dad.
Your dad. It's oh please tell me that the Amazing Kragan is voiced by Clint McElroy.
Oh my God, yes! I was gonna say J.K. Simmons, but that might be it. Clint McElroy might even be better.
Excellent.
I mean, choice. They're both. You've never seen them in the same place.
Oh, this is true.
It's true.
All right.
True.
So why don't we pass it down to the corner to Kelle? Hi, Kelle.
Hey, I'm Kelle from up the road. Recently saw me in Cyberpunk, but here I am as brave female reporter Geraldine Thornhill, getting the scoop on all things paranormal.
Nice. All right, over to the middle. Hey, James.
Why, hello there. I'm James, and tonight I use he, him pronouns, pardon me. And tonight I am going to be playing Maximilian Hirst, your local parapsychologist. That's the term. An investigator into the occult for science.
Lowercase s?
That's the debate right now. That's what we're working on. We're that verge between the lower and uppercase. Yeah.
Presently, the capital S goes to scoop. And finally in the corner, hey, Michael.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Michael. I'm going with he and him, and tonight I'm playing Stanley Ace. Actually, my father calls me Stanley. I'm more of a Stan kind of man. You know, if you want to go and hit the gym later, I mean, we can go a few rounds. I'm playing the boxer kind that was really into the athletics in school, but he got a degree in archaeology and is a part-time photographer. But what
are you, Spider-Man?
Fisticuffs. Well, I'm working on
Fisticuffs.
Spider guy.
It's the finer art.
He's more like that Indiana Jones fella.
What, that doctor who never shows up to lecture?
Never makes it to class.
He's gonna get fired.
Never
soon.
Turns in grades on time.
Let me just write "I love you" on my eyelids here.
Yeah.
Just don't write them on your eyeballs. Okay.
Yeah.
So, folks, this is Call of Cthulhu. It is set in the 1920s on the East Coast in the town of, I believe we're actually in Arkham for this one, or at the very least, we are going to be starting at. Yep. Miskatonic University. So we are running this out. So this is a pre-made adventure by Chaosium, the makers of Call of Cthulhu, and from the book Doors to Darkness. And they have very generously provided us the book for tonight, as well as at the end of these 3 streams, if you watch all 3, stick around for the last one, and I have 3 copies of this book that I can give away on 2 weeks from today, so you definitely want to stick around for that. as well, in the 1920s, we're using, it's a different rule set than most of us are used to, especially me. I think James has some knowledge of it, but I'm actually borrowing his book right now, so he has no reference material. I'm going to give you all a super quick understanding of the rules. This system follows percentiles more than anything. So what you will use is percentile dice, the 10 and the 10 with the extra number on it. You are trying to roll under your skill. You always want low numbers. A crit in this system is a 1. A fumble, depending on what you're doing, is somewhere between a 96 and 100. 100 is always, 96 will depend on what your skill is. There are several things that we will do accordingly, but basically when you are rolling for a skill, you are trying to roll under your stat. If it's a hard check, you're going to roll under half of your stat. And if it's a super hard fuck you, you're going to roll under a fifth of your stat, which all are designated on your sheet. If you were doing a contested thing, charm is a really good one because a lot of you have really high charm scores. Does anyone have a charm score in like the 60s, 70s somewhere? So
Where's charm?
Charm or
mine's 55.
Oh, there it is.
so
Mine's 30.
so if, for example, that would imply that you can charm someone more than half the time. So what you actually do is an opposed check where both of you roll and you try to roll under your stats, and the person with the lower wins. If you tie, it goes to the person with the higher overall skill. And there are also some difficulties that adjust depending on how skilled that person is. For example, if you have like a 30 in persuasion and someone has like an 80, they are obviously much more skilled than you, so you actually are doing a hard check on that. And I'll tell you when you're doing it so that it's really easy. Initiative is pretty basic in this as well. You just roll your dex and then we go down the list. I guess you're trying to get closest to 0 on that too, huh? Wow, this is going to be weird. But yeah, it's a pretty basic system. We're going to muddle through it the best we can. The last couple things that I need to say before we begin is, for one, thank you again to all of you for being willing to come out here. And Hayden, I'm happy to finally run Call of Cthulhu for you.
Yay!
So, Call of Cthulhu is from the works of H.P. Lovecraft. And this is 2021, so something has to be said about that. H.P. Lovecraft is a very controversial figure in the world of literature. He was a man with very awful beliefs. There is no other way to say it, and I think that to be charitable towards some of the things that he believed and said is to credit a part of his personage that deserves no credit. His ideas, however, were revolutionary, and because of his belief in copyright and his very muddled will, his works became almost immediately public domain and inspired dozens of authors who did not share those beliefs to create all sorts of amazingly terrifying things. And perhaps it is H.P. Lovecraft's fear of the unknown, but largely his fear of immigrants and people outside of his very, very cloistered social circle that allowed him to dip so deeply into the notion of terror. As we're playing this game, I think it's important that we recognize that it came from a mind that was very troubled and had a number of beliefs that we should by no means condone. We're also not going to be playing with any innate racism into the setting. I don't want to touch that with a stick at all. Okay? But we're going to do our best to have fun in spite of that. And I know a lot of people have issues with Call of Cthulhu. If you do, I really suggest you go read or watch Lovecraft Country. It is a fantastic inversion where especially the show takes the entire concept and turns it inside out at the navel. And it becomes, rather than being a narrative about exclusion, becomes a narrative about being excluded. Oh, it's so smart. It's so smart. I love it. And then, so that's all I have to say about H.P. Lovecraft, especially because this episode is part of a module called None More Black. And I was like, I got to say something before someone thinks that this has anything to do with anything beyond what it is about. So, It's a fun module. We're gonna have a lot of fun. The last thing that I have to do real quick is ask, folks. This is Call of Cthulhu. I'm hoping that your characters will survive this episode and will persist. However, I'm going to give you the option because the people who wrote this module, one Brian M. Sammons, has given me a lot of additional content that I can put in here. So I want to ask, would you like? I'm not going to offer you easy. Would you like normal difficulty? Or would you like Nightmare Dante Must Die difficulty? Because there are the two levels, and I will just murder the hell out of you with this one.
Don't we only get 3 bullets if we pick that one?
Yeah, but you don't get a gun.
Throw
You
them
get
really
you get a
hard.
hammer and a nail, and you have to line it up.
I'm a boxer. I could just punch it really hard.
Just hold the nail and
I'm an author. I'll figure it out.
yeah,
I'm personally down for you to murder the hell out of us because that's kind of what I came in being like, Kelly, scare the crap out of me.
all right. Well, you
and
called
murder
me
the
a big
crap
puss
out of me.
pants at
I did.
Candlekeep.
Yeah.
I did. I told
Okay.
you pussed out. So you know what? Fuck me up, man.
Is
Murder
there
the
an
crap out of me.
unlockable? Is there an unlockable nightmare setting? Because we want that one.
Is this nightmare
Down,
mode?
left, right, A, B.
I want to
There we
cry
go.
at 3 a.m.
Nightmare setting unlocked.
Murder the hell out of me, Kelly. Let's go.
That would be
All right, let's murder the hell out of everyone. So, folks,
Murder is
without
go.
murder activated. New game plus mode. New game plus mode. You know what this is? This is the new game plus mode off of like a blockbuster video game with a save file in it. And you're like, how bad can it be? I don't know what the rules are. And then you just
Exactly.
yeah, I've played way too many video games exactly like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, folks. So we're gonna start right about now. Oop, no, that's the wrong one. That's starting up. Great start. Great start. It's a normal day at Miskatonic University, a sleepy college located on the east coast of the United States in New England. It's the 1920s. Prohibition is in full effect. I'm assuming that that was a soda pop. All right. Prohibition is in full effect. In the town of Arkham, you all live, work, and make merry. It's a period of rapid growth, coming out of the depression and pushing into the better half of the decade. The future looks stable, if nothing else. However, it's not positivity that we're focusing on tonight. In fact, we're focusing on a small boarding house on the edge of town, where a phone rings downstairs, down a dusty stairwell, with an old, threadbare carpet runner leading down. Stanley, it's just you at home in the house at this point. Well, you and Walter, but he hasn't left his house, he hasn't left his room in days. The phone continues to ring. Ding-ding-ding, ding-ding-ding, rousing you from...
Don't worry, I'll get it. Trample across the room like it was the main source of entertainment. That phone does never rings like that ever.
It doesn't. It's rare that this place actually has a phone. It's one of those old models with like the cup on a string almost that you have to hold to your ear.
Candlestick.
So what do you say as you pick up?
Ahoy hoy.
Is Walter there? You hear it from the other end.
Yeah, just a second. Walter! He might be sleeping. Do you want me to get a message, or do you want me to go wake him up?
Yeah. If you can wake him up, that would be great. Tell him to contact Jacob.
Jacob. Is that with a C or a K?
Click.
I will go up to Walt's room.
The door is sturdy, as most of them are in this old house. The door is locked as well. The burnished copper handle is well worn, tarnished from decades of comers and goers. What do? Do you just knock, or do you...
Walt! Walt, wake up!
There's no response. But as you're standing there, can I get you to make me a spot... I think it's going to be spot hidden roll.
Spot hidden.
Yeah, unless... Is notice a skill, or is that a different system I'm thinking of? I think it's spot hidden.
I don't think I actually have that skill.
Do you have any perception-based skill?
Surprisingly, not really.
If you don't have anything, it'll be at 25%.
Okay.
Good. Thank you, James. I appreciate you for knowing what's going on. Because I don't.
Well, let's roll that. Actually, I just rolled a 12. So
Perfect. As you bang on the door, a bit of air escapes as the door rattles on its hinges, and you smell the stench of death. It smells like urine and shit. It smells like rot. You've smelled that before. You smell something awful on the other side of the room, or on the other side of the wall.
Walt? Are there any lights in the room?
There are none that are like shining under the crack or anything like that. You could try to open the door. So there are a couple ways you could do that. You could you're on the second floor, so climbing in the window is a bit difficult. But you could try to use locksmith if you have it, or you could try to bash down the door if you wanted.
Well, locksmith is not a thing I have.
Okay.
But,
Or you could go hunt for the landlord to see if he's anywhere around.
well, if I smell death in there, like, I'm bursting that door down, because that's the kind of person I am.
All right. Well, let's find out how to do this. So that is going to be...
Please be strength related, because I have a strength of 90.
So it is... Okay. So this is going to be a regular strength roll.
Lovely. 63, but my strength is 90.
63. Okay, but your strength is 90, so that will be... I think that'll be fine. Yeah. They give me a stat here and it doesn't make any sense, so I'm just going to say you're good. All right. So putting your shoulder into it a couple of times, the door buckles on its hinge, and then finally shatters open in a hail of splinters. Directly in front of you, you see that the room in front of you is not very large. It's about twice the size of a queen-size bed. A dresser on one side, the bed directly in front of you, a broken lamp tipped to the ground where the glass is shattered. But as you throw the door open, the lights from the hallway cast illumination into the center of the room like a tongue of light. And what you see lying next to the bed, wrapped in the blankets, is the corpse of Walter. What do you do?
I will jump to his side immediately and start shaking him to see if, like, there's anything. Like, check for vitals.
You check, he is clammy and cold. He is rigid, and his neck actually makes kind of a slightly noise as you shake him. And as he looks up at you with his dead eyes, his jaw lolls forward, and his tongue flops out of his mouth. It's pitch black, as if someone dyed it with ink. Hello, is anyone here? You hear from the main floor.
Yeah,
Hello?
up here. I need help. Bring help.
All right, you'll hear a set of footsteps rushing up the stairway, and a moment later, you are going to be surrounded by a pair of police officers. A pair of Irish cops, one with red hair, one with brown, as they come into the room, Officer O'Brien and Officer O'Malley. Jesus Christ! What's going on here?
Something happened to him. I need help.
Senny, I think he's beyond help. And as you're holding this dead man, I want you to make me a sanity roll.
Oh boy. Well, my sanity is 50, but I just rolled 94.
Okay, so do me a favor and take 4 points of sanity loss.
Okie dokie.
So let me just check how much sanity you have to lose before stuff starts getting fun. Sanity.
Walt is like my best friend. Like, he can't be. I'll shake him slightly. Walt, what happened? You just went upstairs to have a nap, like
4 days ago.
4 days ago.
God damn it.
It's real tired.
He's real tired. Okay. First begins with a
What best friend you are, Stanley.
Walt is like a goldfish. I have to check on him more often.
Apparently. Okay, so sanity rolls.
Oh no.
Okay, sanity loss, 2 numbers. The number of sanity points lost if your roll succeeds. Number to the right is if you fail. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, cool. That makes more sense then. Sanity always causes the investigator to lose self-control for a moment. So you'll just start like freaking out at this moment, calling out for help, saying things that just don't make any sense, that you were just going to check on him even though he's been gone for days. And as you are doing that and panicking, we are going to fade back from the scene. It's not long before you all hear about it. In fact, Daisy, how did you know Walt?
We took a class together. He was the only boy in the class not making fun of me for being there.
Well, in fact, Walter was a lovely young man. Good looking, charming, and very kind. Which is strange. You ran into him about a week before. A week before you heard that he died. And he had changed. His attitude was dismissive, callous, and you almost didn't recognize him. A week before, he was never a huge boy. Strong, medium build, a rower in his part-time. But he had lost nearly 20 pounds since you had seen him a little more than a week before, as if something were eating him from within. You remember seeing this. And do you have the spot hidden ability?
I believe I do. I do, yes.
I would like you to make me a spot hidden roll.
Ooh, nope.
Nope.
Doesn't. My score is 40 and I rolled an 80, so no.
Also, I apologize if there's any noise. There's a little bit of construction work that's going on late outside my window. So, it's the 1920s. We're rebuilding America. With drills and shit. I don't know. Trying to make it happen the same as all y'all.
So I failed my roll.
You failed your roll. Okay. You bumped into him on the quad as you were walking to your next class. He scuttled around, looking kind of hunched over in his outfit, and as he bumped into you, quite literally rounding on one of the larger trees in the quad. Watch where the hell you're going.
Walter? What's wrong?
What's wrong is you could have scuffed my shoes. Out of my way. and he'll push past you.
Very offended and trying not to cry.
A week later, you received the notice that he had died. Suddenly. And, well, without any known cause. Apparently from some illness, dehydration. You found out about this while, well, where did you find out about it? You tell me.
There's probably like a uni newspaper.
Uni news. Do you do writing for that as well, or just because you're an engineer primarily?
Yeah. So probably just reading it. Probably just picked one up and was like, oh my god.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's take that back actually. So I know exactly where you heard about this. So it wasn't in the newspaper at all. It was later that day. You were working with your father, the amazing Kragan. Hello, everyone. I am the amazing Kragan, and this is my show. My lovely assistant, the amazing
Daisy.
The amazing Daisy. And I would like to show you the box of horrors. So, what do you think? Mr. Hirst, the box of horrors. Is that the name we should be going with? You're the parapsychologist. You know these things.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know much about stagecraft.
Pish posh. To stagecraft is nothing. So I brought you here because I figure anybody knows ghosts and how to potentially spook somebody. It's gonna be you. Come on, talk to me. It's just me. It's just Randy.
I don't think there's anything that any man could do that could possibly compete with the true occult.
Well, then help me do this, Maxie. Come on. I had your back over in France. You have my back here.
Going straight to France.
I'm going straight to France. Always straight to France.
Mr. Hirst, if it helps, I've set up a kind of projection that comes in behind it that creates a kind of form. It's sort of a reflection off of a couple of mirrors and the candle coming off, the smoke coming off of the candle. And I thought it might have a little bit of a supernatural element to it, if you wouldn't mind observing.
Oh, it's the best. Seriously, my daughter builds the coolest stuff. Is that what they're saying? Cool? Is that anachronistic?
Oh.
It's a little anachronistic. I heard about that.
I think they were saying nifty back then.
Nifty?
You're the one manufacturing all this stuff?
Yeah. I'm just fiddle the stuff.
Oh, well then. Well, let's take a look at it. May I see the apparatus before I see it?
Of course. And she'll start pulling things and pulling weird levers that, like, the door shouldn't be open when this happens because this thing happens, and, like, just way too excited about it. Yeah,
Ooh. Like your father, Randy, is just standing behind and making woo noises to punctuate things. Woo.
I've considered recording Papa's voice and layering it on a record so that it makes sound from all over the theater.
It would sound like this. Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm simulating the record for you, my friend. We like to have fun around here. You are in his garage right now, which is a makeshift stage. It's one of those old garages with like the pull-down string in the front, outside of a very cute Gothic house that is about to fall upon itself.
Can I roll physics to see if I can improve this thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Not likely to succeed, but I'm gonna give it a try. Whoop, come back here, dice.
I'm gonna roll it. Goodbye.
No, I do not have enough physics to do this.
Okay, so you're just impressed by Daisy. This is really impressive.
the mechanism here is how exactly did you make the candle flame that color?
Oh, well, that wasn't quite my expertise, but I did a little bit of reading in the library on different metals that will burn a different color if you
What'd you say it was,
shade them
copper?
down. Yes, yeah, that one goes green.
Oh. And Hirst is going to start taking out and start sketching out sketching out the mechanism, and just kind of, I never considered. You know, this could be very interesting. There was a couple of cases where I was really curious if there was a hoax going on, and perhaps it was some sort of mechanism like this that was actually making this happen.
Oh, applesauce, my friend. Now, can you help me figure out a ghost thing or not? Because if not, I've got a lady friend coming by in a few minutes that might be able to help.
Well,
Well, tell you what. I'll introduce you. Real famous type. Writes about murder. Most foul. I figured that getting a little bit of a hands-on story there might be a good thing to incorporate, like the ghost of a mobster or something like that. Besides, you could use, between us, you could use a lady's touch.
Pop,
he'll probably kind of just look a little uncomfortable.
Well, not yours, honey. You're far too...
You don't need to talk about that. I'm a lady, you know.
You are... You're not a lady, you're my daughter. And I love you very much, Peach.
Love you too, Papa.
All right. Okay, I don't think there's much I can do for your effects. I think Daisy's far too capable of that. But maybe we can do something with the trappings, right? Actually give this thing a bit of an occult flair, because even you said, like, the box of horrors?
Although you give me a... What? No, I was saying you were giving me an idea about this, this cabaret. Do you remember the cabaret bar? The Moulin Rouge that we went by?
Listen, I don't think this is probably appropriate stuff to be talking with,
it
with
was
Miss
shelled.
Daisy here.
It was shelled at the time. There were no dancers or go-go girls there. It's not worth remembering. But besides that,
Now, Max has probably gone red too.
But, and as this conversation is going on, Jessica, you were offered a rather suspicious scoop to go and meet at this magician's house. He offered you all of, I'm going to say $5 for your trouble and expertise if you could come up with a suitable horror story for him to incorporate into his act of the macabre.
All right.
Was that something that she would be interested in?
Probably. Be more interested in why, and just curious about what the goings-on are of his brain.
So, as the car drops you off, unless you have a car of your own, do you drive, you think?
She probably would. She's very much a self-sustaining woman.
So as you pull up, you'll see that it's getting into evening right now, and the only light on next to this old, decrepit, Victorian-looking, kind of like 3-floored, jagged knife of wood and window panes jutting out of the ground, is pouring out of the little garage to the side. And a rather animate conversation is happening inside of there.
I'll knock on the, on the
speak
frame.
of the devil! Miss Brooks? Mrs. Brooks?
Mrs.
Oh, my apologies. Sorry, Max.
Planning to set me up, are you, Walter?
I would never do such a thing without expressed consent.
He does it incessantly. My apologies, Mrs. Brooks.
You have nothing to apologize for. So what's this about a story?
Well, a couple of stories, to be fair. I was hoping that you could provide an adequate local story that wouldn't get me sued, or at least a facsimile of one that we could use in the Box of Horrors exhibit. The idea is that a local coffin or tomb has been what's the word I'm thinking of? But anyway, it's been pulled up
Exile? Krista can't remember.
Exhumed.
Exhumed,
Yeah,
thank you.
Max would know it.
Yeah, there
Max
you
would
go.
know
Let's
it.
say exhumed, yeah.
Yeah, exhumed.
As entertaining as that was.
Ah, yes, exhumed. Has been exhumed and has the ability to spookify anyone who enters it or approaches it, or maybe it'll turn their hair white. We're still working on. Did you get the hair whitening? Is that something that we can do?
I've been experimenting with some stuff, but it still stains for quite a while.
Well, it's fine. I don't need dark hair. I barely have any have left to begin with.
Yes, but if you're going from show to show,
That's a good point. I have to buy hair dye.
Could use some sort of powder.
I was gonna say shoe polish to bring it back to normal, but that's fair. If you can come up with a good story, something with a little bit of features, a little bit of class, maybe some photographs that you might have that I could spread around before the show, so that people get all
Titillated.
tiddlywinked. Yeah, tiddlywinked, and we can move into things. And I've got $5 or a scoop.
Wait, you didn't offer me $5.
No, I didn't. I offered
I'm
you a cup of
working
coffee.
woman, Max.
And it's the best cup of coffee. Bring, 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 bring.
I'll get it.
As you approach the phone, a sense of ominous dread passes over you. Your father has moved a phone box out into the garage. It was an expensive thing to do, but he spends most of his time out here anyway, and this reliably has power compared to the rest of the building. As you pull it off of its hook, you will hear,
Wilcox residence.
"Operator, one moment please, connecting." Hello?
Hello?
A woman's voice comes over the line. I'm so sorry. Is Max Hirst there?
Yes, hang on one moment. Mr. Hirst?
Oh, sorry?
The phone's for you. It's a woman. She sounds rather distressed.
What's this? And he'll go over and take the phone.
Hello?
Thanks, Stacey. Sorry. Hello?
You'll immediately recognize the voice after you push through the grief of your sister, Patricia.
Patty? What's going on?
It's Walter.
Oh, God. What happened?
The police just called. He's gone.
Like,
They don't know what's happened. But I know you know doctors, and I know you know to investigate things, and I know he hasn't been answering any of my calls for weeks now. I was just about to send you to look
Patty,
for him.
oh. Listen, I'll go look into it. I'll go get in the car right now. All right?
All the police would say is that it was suspicious. And that he might have been into something. You know that he wouldn't have been into something. He was a good boy.
He was a good boy. He was a good boy. Oh, Patty.
You find out what happened. I can't lose him and not know like I did with George. His father, George, died in the trenches with you. The body was never recovered.
All right, Patty. Do you have someone you can stay with for a little while?
I'm going to my mother's. She's in Connecticut. Actually, pardon me. Is Patty your sister or your sister-in-law?
She is my sister.
Okay, then I'm going to Mom's.
Oh, all right. That's okay.
It's only a few hours by train. I need to get her ready to come down for the funeral anyway. You know that she can't make it by herself.
Yeah, she is pretty decrepit. All right. I'll send word there as soon as I hear anything. Okay.
Thank you, Max.
I love you, Patty, okay?
Thank you. Click. Everything okay over there, Slugger?
No. Fortunately, I just received some pretty grievous news. My nephew, Walter, is apparently died under suspicious circumstances.
Oh, the Resnick boy.
What's this?
Resnick. Walter Resnick,
I'm sorry.
right?
Yes. What do you know?
Walter's
What's
dead?
happened?
Walter?
I just...
How?
He did some odd jobs around here for us occasionally. He's actually the one that built that framework over there. Paid him $1 for it. He was pretty good with a hammer and nails, and Daisy was in the middle of her studies, so it seemed like a good thing to do. I had him paint the fence a couple of summers ago.
He's a good boy.
Very.
But I need to get over to the police station and find out what's going on.
How did he, Is there anything that I can help with?
Oh, well, I mean, it was Patty, my sister, that just gave me a call about it. The police didn't pass on basically anything to her.
Well,
So,
the buses are crap today. I can see if I can get the car running. It's a little bit under the weather right now, but if not, we could try to call you a cab.
and he'll like Pat is like he'll just instinctively like pat where his billfold would be and be like, I suppose you could spare a few dollars for me,
Well, I've got the $5 that I'm giving Mrs. Brooks. Although, Mrs. Brooks, if you wouldn't mind, in a bit of an emergency, if you could give Mr. Hirst and my daughter a lift to the police station, I'm not going to let you go alone, buddy.
No, of course. And if it's regarding Walter, then I'd like to be there as well.
All right, this is my last $5,
Thanks a lot,
so
ma'am.
take good care of it. Don't spend it
Of
all in
course.
one place.
I really do
If you wouldn't mind,
appreciate the
Mr.
help.
Hirst, Mrs. Brooks, I would like to go along with you if that's all right.
Of course. There's no problem with that at all. A friend
I
of
could
yours?
use someone to show me around town anyway. I've only been here for a couple hours.
Sure. I know my way well. Pardon me. My way around well.
Well, let me just go grab my equipment and then we'll be off.
Absolutely.
And yeah, he'll go over and like pick up his like almost looks like a doctor's case. And
Dr. Venkman.
and then all right, I think we're good to go.
Sounds good. And with that, you will head out into the night, making your way toward the Arkham police station. There's no need to make a drive roll or anything. The weather is not incumbent. It's a brisk autumn day, getting deep into November right now. And on the East Coast, what that means is that the ground is blanketed by the crunch and by the crunch of dead leaves spread about in all of God's colors. Although mostly brown at this point. Now, it is treacherous for anyone in heels to be walking in an unraked area. Something that most of you from the Pacific Northwest might not be aware of. Leaves are freaking dangerous, guys. And piles of leaves.
cobblestones?
Yeah. So as you are
I
going,
have
you're gonna
problems
make...
just walking on them in my feet.
Max would offer his arm to anyone who was having trouble, or a hand. You know.
Sounds good. And you'll make your way to the police station. Now, at the police station, Stanley, you were brought in to answer questions as the body was transferred, and you were given probably a mild sedative to calm you down. But as you're there and waiting around inside of the police station, the bustle of energy and calling voices nearby, you'll notice that there is a woman snooping around by the shift desk. Gerry, what are you doing here? You just heard that there was a death at one of the boarding houses that might involve a college kid. And here's something that I'm going to tell you in private. Everyone stop paying attention.
Yes.
This is the third college student that has died in the past month.
Oh, this is a scoop for sure.
This is definitely a scoop.
Where's my press pass?
Where is your press pass? Do you have one?
I could make one.
Make me.
What? We'll wait.
Mike, can you help me out with that?
IRL.
Yeah, I got the printer in here. Sorry.
I'm just gonna enjoy a nice cup of Cthulhu juice while we're waiting.
Oh, no.
Wait, what color is that?
All of them.
There are no other colors other than black.
It is the color out of
none
space.
black.
I don't know.
I should have put my hat on.
Okay. So you are hanging out near the shift desk where, who's the officer on shift right now?
She probably knows all the desk sergeants, because if you want to get good scoop, you got to make friends with everybody.
So what's this last name? Who is this? We've
Uh,
had O'Connell, we've had O'Brien.
Oh, let's go with.
Or we had O'Malley. We've had O'Malley.
We had O'Malley. How many other Irish names do we need?
McGillicuddy?
Oh, sure. Okay, it's Sergeant McGillicuddy.
McGillicuddy in this is going to be played by I'm blanking. He was in Step Brothers. You know.
Oh, yeah.
You know exactly.
Yeah,
who I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
Will Ferrell, the other
not
guy.
Will
The other one, the
Ferrell.
not Will.
Yeah,
You know
the
what? It's
other
Will.
guy.
It's Will
What the hell
Ferrell
is this?
now. He's played by Will.
No. Okay, no. I'm putting my foot down. We're not having Will Ferrell in this game. No.
Okay,
I
but
don't like him.
Yeah, this is
John C.
horror.
Riley. John C. Riley.
Yeah.
Yes,
There
that's
you
him.
go.
Yeah.
So John C. Riley is behind the counter. Big,
Fair
broad, Irish red mustache. His hair thinning all the way back, but with these big, almost like Bozo the Clown, a little against era, but the big poofs of hair on either side. Now what you're saying is you need to get in here.
Come on, you know there's info, and you want to give it to me so that the right story gets out,
Okay.
right?
What is the right story?
The right story is the one that you want people to know. Because, if I'm left on my own, I'm just going to write it up the way I think it should be, which might not be the info you want spread around.
No. That's happened before.
Exactly, and it was wrong. Got it? Let's say I bring around a box of them cigars that you boys like.
You got stogies?
I might.
Well, why don't you go ahead and make me a fast talk roll?
Gosh, let's
Do you
hope
have do you have
Oh, I
fast talk?
do. I do. Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, thank goodness.
And what I'm going to do is, because you are bribing him with illicit contraband, well, illicit almost contrabands, they're still legal at this point.
Yeah, they're still legal.
You get the game's first bonus dice. What that means is that you roll the percentile dice twice and take the lower of the
okay.
two.
All right.
So sometimes I will offer you a bonus dice, sometimes I will offer you a penalty dice.
Okay. So my first roll
I'm gonna-
is
I'm
an
gonna add
18.
Okay, that's
My
really good.
my fast roll score is 55.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And my second roll, is 68.
68. Okay.
Yeah. The first one was
Alright.
18.
Perfect. I'll do it on one condition.
Name it.
I get two stogies, and you smoke one of them with me.
You know that ain't a hard bargain to drive with me. You got it.
Then it's a date. He kind of looks. He lights up a little as he says that. He's a very pale man, and as he does that, his cheeks go full rosacea.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if anybody asks, you're here investigating on behalf of the university, okay?
Oh, of course, of course.
They were supposed to send somebody down to check in on this. They're really worried about it. But apparently...
Oh, really?
apparently they canceled some type of meeting. But I do have this pass here that I set aside for them. Be a shame if something happened to this. Oh, I've dropped a quarter. And he's going to bend down behind the desk, leaving that in plain view. Oh. Funny, I lost the quarter.
My neck line's too tight.
That kid over there's who's his roommate. Well, lived in the same boarding house. You might want to check with him.
Jeez. Poor bastard. Thanks, McGillicuddy. All you want.
We'll talk about that later. All right. So what do you do from here?
I'm gonna go and talk to the kid, see what he knows, and offer some condolences, etc.
All right. So, as you are waiting there for the cops to call you in again, Stanley, a woman approaches you.
Stand up straight and fix my jacket. Ma'am?
Excuse me, young man. I don't mean to pry. I hear you had a shock recently.
Yeah, you could call it that.
Was he a good friend of yours?
Yeah, he was my best friend.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. You just must be devastated.
Well, honestly, I don't even know how to feel anymore. Like, Walt was like the best person I've ever known.
Come here, come sit down. Come sit down. She'll call out to McGillicuddy. Hey, you got a cup of coffee for the kid here? He could use something.
Yeah, I can get him a cup of coffee. Hold on just a second.
Thanks, doll. Come on over here. Come on, just sit down. You look like you could, use a moment to unburden yourself here.
Oh, I could take a couple moments, honestly. The police have been asking me the same questions over and over again.
Oh, you must be getting tired of talking to them.
I don't even know the last time I slept. It's been at least a day.
Jeez.
Hey, kid, do you take it black or with sugar?
I'll take it any way you're giving it.
Here you go, kid.
Thanks.
Oh.
It's a shame, right?
Right.
Your friend, he was hanging around with that Rogers kid, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Paul.
sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. Bad crowds. Sorry for your loss, though.
My goodness.
That name seems to ring a bell, and you all feel, as you hear the name Rogers, you feel that is something of importance. Stanley, you know that the Rogers, the guy that he's talking about, Paul Rogers, is a one-time student who got kicked out of college about a year ago. Kind of a bad crowd type. Pretty good just shooting the shit guy. Kind of an asshole. So, depending on what type of people Stanley likes to spend time with, this could be a decent guy. You know that he's one of the guys who can get easy access to contraband. Like, given that it's prohibition, if you do need to get a drink, Paul could generally get you some booze. Wouldn't be good. But rumor has it that he had family connections that either could smuggle in Canadian whiskey from the north or some moonshine from the Appalachians. Or bathtub gin. That's always an option. And as he says that and walks away, do you keep talking? Do you...
Yeah, she'll try and get as much information as she can without being too overt and nosy about it until the police call in for the press recording.
Well, good. Stanley took psychology in school, so can I make a check to see that she's not prying in places she shouldn't be asking questions about?
That's perfect. So what we're going to do is I would like you to do a contested roll. So you do psychology, and Kelle, you do charm, persuade, or fast talk, whichever you prefer. However you're going about this.
Okay, I am gonna go.
And do either of you have
I'm
more
gonna
than-
go with the fast talk.
I just rolled a 3.
Did you? Okay. Well, damn.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try it anyways because you never know. I might get a 2.
It's true.
Find out. Well, I didn't, but never mind.
Okay. So yeah, you
I got
you
an
were just
85.
yeah, definitely that's not a botch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so yeah, with your
I'm
psychology,
waiting for people to
She's a
probe.
reporter. She's a reporter. You can tell.
so
People have probed with all these questions already,
so with that, you will recognize
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, she's trying to pry.
Not getting anything out of the kid.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Excuse me. A man approaches, wearing a lab coat that is stained with just the barest speck of blood. Are you the bereaved?
He is.
I see. My name's Dr. Crosswell. I'm sorry to ask this, but now that we have the body in place, it is proper etiquette for me to ask that you identify it. Just to make certain before we do the autopsy that we have the right person. Do you feel up to it, son?
Have the police contacted Walt's family yet?
They're working on it, but I would like to get...
I mean, if they're not here, I guess I'm it.
Fair.
It
Well,
might
let's-
be a day or two before the family's able to get in town.
Well, they should at least know. I don't
come
even
with
know
me
if
and you can
anyone's
bring your
told them
girlfriend,
yet.
and if you need the moral support, and the lady feels up to it. The man standing in front of you is kind of spindly. You know what? He's John Lithgow. Everybody's with me on this? Tall, white, bald, pointy nose. Might be the Trinity murderer. Might not.
I love a good
Officious.
John
Yep.
Lithgow.
I love
Yes.
it. I love a good John
I love
Lithgow.
him.
He's honestly the
He's
scariest
got his soup
actor
on the
ever.
way.
Mhm.
So good.
So good. Best season of Dexter. Only one of the only good seasons of Dexter. Well, come on. Let's get back here and let's take a look at this. Trying to get his voice. It's too nasally. I can't do it. So I'm just gonna. All right. Wait.
Ma'am, do you want to wait here? Or...
If you need somebody with you.
I'm sorry, I didn't even get your name.
Gerry Thornhill.
Gerry. Okay.
Pass him a card.
Well, honestly, I'm not looking forward to doing this. Like, could you come with me? I mean, I'm not.
Sure.
I'm not like a wimp by any means, but I mean, this is Walt.
I can come with you, sure. Come on, kid. Let's get this over with. Get you home.
Stanley will take her by the hand.
There's some forms I'm going to have to ask you to fill out. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
You can give the kid a break for a moment. Just let him get through this first.
We've all seen our share of Yes, that's fact. You're He looks down at your press badge. Mr. Underhill, you look different than I remember, but it's a good look.
Oh, I think they made a little bit of a typo.
Yes, of course.
Mrs. Underhill.
Mrs. Underhill. You remind me of a columnist I've read, but
A good one, I hope.
oh no, the abominable Gerry Thornhill.
Really? You must tell me all about it.
She's not worth reading.
Stanley will let
Yesterday's
her hand
fish,
go.
eh? Come on, let's just
Come with me.
get the kid.
Yep, absolutely. And he'll lead you back into the lab. And as you're in there, you will you'll see that it's a cold room that's lined with shelves with various bottles and jars full of formaldehyde and organs and other grotesqueries. laying in the center of this chilled room, surrounded by the same marble tiling that we would think of as being in like a high school locker room, is a body lying beneath a white sheet. Well, I'm going to pull back the sheet, and I hope you can identify who is underneath. Are you ready, son?
Just don't breathe in.
No, I'm never gonna be ready, but let's do this.
Just don't breathe in.
Okay. I'm ready.
He pulls back the sheet, and as he does, you see the once handsome face of Resnick. His tongue lapping out of his mouth, stained ink black. His eyes are hollow. He is dead. Dead as a dormouse, dead as a doornail. As far as I can tell, natural causes. Although this is curious, he says, gesturing to the tongue. And at that moment, we cut back outside. Jessica, are you talking about anything as you drive Daisy and Max up? Max is slightly out of sorts and is just kind of staring out the window a bit, but he may respond as you're arriving to the police station. Good timing, James.
You mind telling me, Miss Daisy, it was, yeah?
Yes, Mrs. Brooks.
Just Jessica is fine.
Of
No
course,
need
Jessica.
for formalities right now. Do you mind telling me if there was anything strange going on with Walter?
Well, I saw him a week ago. He seemed frazzled.
I'd like you to make me a luck roll, please, Christa. So what that means is try to roll under your luck score, and if so, you would have heard something that only kind of appears to you right now.
Oh. No. I
No?
am rolling real good percentiles.
Oh no, that's the worst in this game.
Oh no!
I feel that our friend Amy would do very well at Call of Cthulhu.
Yes. Normally I would too. I'm not sure what's going on. No, my luck is 50 and I rolled a 96.
Okay, no, that is a
That's a critical fail.
That is a depending on the skill level, yeah. So no, you're a good girl. You don't know nothing about
I don't know
nobody.
nothing.
No how. So yeah, please continue role playing.
I saw him about a week ago. And he seemed real distressed and lost a lot of weight. And I don't. If I'd gone after him, maybe.
I don't think any of this is your fault. And lost a lot of weight. Would I have noticed during my tutoring sessions with Walter?
Was it fairly recent that you've been tutoring him? So yeah,
It would have been fairly recent.
So do you have spot hidden as a skill?
Let me double check, but I don't believe so.
Okay, then you can make me a roll versus
don't.
25.
Okay. Let's go, boys. Nope, that's 72.
72. So you didn't notice anything particular about it. Although I will say that you did notice that his demeanor was changing. He skipped your last tutoring appointment. But before that, he was absolutely manic. How often do you meet? Once a week? Twice a week?
Once a week.
So the week prior to the skipped meeting, he was giddy, manic. Like, honestly, you weren't sure if maybe he had taken an upper or had met a girl or something, but there was just, he couldn't really sit still. He was vibrating. In fact, you could think back to it right now as just handsome, charming boy. He was starting to look a little pale, a little wan underneath the eyes. He looked more lovesick than anything, you think. But you mostly were annoyed that he seemed to be wasting your time that day. Now it probably feels a little guilty.
You and, Mr. Resnick weren't involved, were you, Miss Daisy?
Oh, gosh, no. No, I'm too busy for all that, and Walter wouldn't have been interested in me anyway.
He just seemed a little off last time I saw him. He was a student of mine. He was a writing student of mine.
Yes,
Oh, so you
he
know
mentioned
him,
that
you know
he
him
was.
as well.
Mm-hmm. I knew this kid fairly well. He was a good kid. He didn't really seem. He didn't seem right the last time I saw him. Seemed a little all out of sorts. I thought maybe he'd met a girl or something.
About when did you start noticing this? And Hirst will start making some notes.
He missed our last session for his tutelage, but the week prior, a couple weeks back, he started seeming a little out of sorts, almost crazed about something, a little manic, a little tired look in his face. He looked pale.
Interesting. My sister said you hadn't been responding to her. They conversed regularly. Strange. I wonder what happened to him.
With that,
So you said he lost. Oh, sorry.
with that,
you said he lost
turn a
weight?
corner.
Oh, sorry.
So you said you
Yeah.
lost weight. Yep.
He seemed skinny, a lot skinnier than usual. He's usually a very good-looking kid, but
Not a healthy eater.
he was always very healthy. But no, nothing.
Something physiological, perhaps.
Possibly, he might have
Or
been.
trauma of the mind.
I don't know. Going a little
Something
wild.
else.
He was a kid. Kids will do crazy things. He might have been trying something out. I'm not sure.
Something like.
I'm not sure. Some sort of drug of some kind. Not sure. He seemed scattered.
Perhaps we should ask the police what they found instead of throwing around rumors that make Walter sound like some.
Oh, no. I'm not
Awful
trying to
kid.
throw around any rumors. We're just trying to get to the bottom of it with what we have to work with. We're not. He was a good kid and a good student. I would never think he was doing something uncouth, but it's something we do have to consider.
I've been very proud to have him as my nephew. Don't feel any of this is going to blow back on his character.
No.
Where it matters, we all loved him.
Mhm.
Are you okay, Miss Wilcox?
Of course, it's your family. You should be far more upset than I.
I'm afraid that part of me is a little blunted from the war. And he'll pull out a handkerchief and pass it to you.
Soon after, you'll find a space outside of the police station to park and can head inside. The officer at the front desk takes your credentials. They're just identifying him right now with his roommate.
Oh.
Tell you what, I'll have one of the uniforms walk you in. I'm sure you want to see.
All right.
Pay your respects. Hey, O'Connell. Oh, come with me, please. O'Connell takes you down the hall. A good, clean-cut Irish boy. Only Irishman in this town, apparently.
Evidently.
It's the 1920s. You're an Irish cop or you're not.
Yeah.
It's true.
We have two... Sorry.
You two don't have to come in if you don't feel comfortable about it. I mean,
I would like to.
a dead body's something. It's never pretty.
Miss Wilcox,
Quick.
yes.
Out of character question. If Stanley and Walter were really close, have I met Stanley before?
We'll say yes.
Maybe
We'll
he
say you've met
also
Stanley.
did work. Okay.
Yeah, Stanley's a big tough kid, so like, I think that even though he's a boxer, he'll take money for odd jobs probably, because you can't box all the time, right? Even Rocky broke legs.
In a different world, I would have been on the wrestling team.
Yeah.
In the Greco-Roman world. All right. So yes, as you approach the door, you're taken down a long side hallway, and there's a door, open ajar. The window blinds are closed, but you can see in a bit. And as you approach, you will be able to make out the shape of two faces, as well as the back of a woman who's standing inside. There's a regular party inside of that small medical examining room. One of the faces you will recognize as Stanley Ace, and for those of you who are accustomed to literature of any kind, being the other two of you, will recognize the pointy nose, balded face, balded head of Dr. Lawrence Croswell, a gifted author who specializes in folklore, superstitions, and the supernatural. Formerly a medical doctor and seasoned lecturer at Miskatonic, who apparently...
And that was, sorry. Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
And that was, sorry, what was the name again? Crawford?
The name is Lawrence or Larry Croswell.
Croswell, okay.
Yeah, I know, it's a weird name.
All right.
Worried that's how you were describing Gerry for a moment there.
Yeah, Gerry is John Lithgow now.
Balding.
Everyone is John
Pointy
Lithgow.
Balding and a pointed nose.
I mean, Gerry's seen better days, really.
Yeah, yes.
All right, so this is what you're going to see as you approach the door.
So Max will probably just, I'm assuming the officer kind of peels off at this point, and Max will kind of push open the door.
Do you need any coffee or anything? You're good?
Coffee would be good.
I'll leave it outside the door.
Sure.
Okay. All right, and the officer will leave you all together.
I'll just wait by the door. It already looks pretty stuffed in there.
I understand, Days.
There's room for one more if you wouldn't mind, you hear Dr. Croswell say.
Of course.
I'll put a hand on Daisy's shoulder. Just give it a light squeeze.
Well, I'm glad that you're all here. You are the family of the deceased,
I'm his uncle, Max Hirst.
and as you enter the room, you will see that Walter is lying on that slab, the sheet pulled back over his naked chest. He lies there, dead, his eyes rolled back in his head, his once handsome face sunken and hollow, and his tongue lolls out of his mouth, stained black. Let's see. I recognize some of you.
Have Max and Stanley met before? I'm assuming probably.
Yeah, he might have helped him move in.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Hirst, you're here.
Stanley, right?
Yeah.
It's
I'm
good to see you
sorry.
here.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, it's all right, kid. It's all right. You know, like kind of pat him on the shoulder.
I tried everything.
I've no doubt. So, Dr. Croswell, right?
Arkham needed an additional coroner, so I took a side gig.
Well, thank you for helping out on this. I know your reputation.
And I've heard about Max Hirst as well. Sorry, I keep losing hold of his voice because I keep going. He says a slightly British intonation, but he's John Lithgow, and I'm kind of arguing with myself. I've read your reputation as well.
Oh, well.
As have I read yours, Mrs. Brooks and Miss Thornhill.
Sure, you've read something of mine.
I was hoping I could ask you for a favor. The university is in a tizzy over this. I'm still an author in residency there. So many hats to wear. And I was hoping that you could try to get to the bottom of this. This... It looks like a natural death, but I can imagine it to be nothing but.
Oh. How do you mean?
Well, there are no wounds. Cause of death is unknown. His organs appear fine. I shan't remove the sheet any further, but you'll have to take my word for it. They all appear to be intact and normal, healthy. Minus a bit of dehydration, there's nothing wrong with the boy. Except for that...
You said they.
Hmm?
Were there others?
Yes. Walter is the third college student of his age to succumb to a similar fate. All...
Oh, well, this complicates
Can
things.
Stanley turn and punch a wall?
Yes, he may. Give me a strength roll.
77, but I have 90 strength, so...
Okay, so you'll crack one of the tiles of the wall, nice and strong.
Daisy will scream.
I'm sorry. And Stanley will move over to stand beside Daisy and take her hand.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Do you mind telling me who the other students were?
It's all a matter of public record at this point. Let's see. They were... As he leafs through his memory, like I leaf through these notes. Let's see.
A beautiful metaphor.
It's like I highlighted them, like in his memory. There were two. A girl named Mary Clausen and a boy named Franklin Stewart. Anyone who is in the university crowd at all can do me a favor, and what role do you think would apply to that? I'll give you luck for sure, but if anything in there on the sheet, because I'm still getting used to the sheet, if you have any skill that you think would be better for, like, knowing people.
Unless it's spot hidden.
I'll spot hidden. I'll say...
My luck's better.
I'll say you could have made a charm roll just to have heard of these people.
Yeah.
My charm is better than my luck.
So yeah, make a charm roll just retroactively to see if you would have heard about this.
Oh, there we go. 14.
Holy crap, okay.
55.
So, what you will know is that Mary Clausen and Franklin Stewart are college students and part of the perceived bad element. They're the bad element because they are known for illegal drinking and were suspected on moving into harder stuff. And suffering at school because of it. As far as you know, they received this booze and harder stuff from a local bootlegger known as Paul Rogers. He was a college student who was kicked out of college a year ago for cheating, but still comes back to campus from time to time to party and visit friends. So that's what you would know, because you know to avoid them.
You don't think that Walter had anything to do with those two? They were bad people, and Walter wouldn't have had anything to do with them. Right, Stanley?
No, never. Walter was a good egg. He he was mostly into his studies, and when he wasn't studying, he was usually holding my knees when I was doing sit-ups, or he was counting when I was jumping rope. Like, he was always like solid as a rock.
We'll have to go have a talk with. Do you know any other people from this clique?
Paul Rogers that brought it all around.
He was
All right.
expelled from the university last year, if I'm not mistaken. Might be a good place to check. I would greatly appreciate you looking into this matter.
Oh,
Who's the
you
other
couldn't stop me
student?
from getting to the bottom of this.
Who is the other?
Who's the other student that passed away?
Mary Clausen?
Yes.
Mary Clausen, Franklin Stewart, both members of apparently a bit of a rough and tumble group.
Is that Clausen with a K or with a C?
Like the claws.
Oh, gotcha.
Claws on, claws off. Well, as far as I can see, though, he appears to be in good order, and as a temporary coroner, I have no choice but to label this as, as natural
Misadventure?
causes. Well, natural causes, perhaps a flu or illness.
Could I push you to do a proper autopsy?
I don't know of any flu that would cause a black tongue like that. Never heard of
right?
it. Sort.
It appears stained. But,
By ink, perhaps?
could be ink. Could be a number
Poison?
of things. I don't think poison, but I will do as much of a toxicology report as Arkham's labs will allow.
Some kind of a toxin, surely.
I'll look into it for certain. In the meanwhile, perhaps it would be best to put your investigative skills to use. If you, maybe perhaps go check his room or into this, connection with, I don't know this boy. Was there any chance that he was spending time with, this Mr. Rogers? Hello, Raid. Anyway.
Stanley, might you know who he associated with?
Well, I wasn't with him all the time, so I don't know. We spent a lot of time together, but he had lots of other people that he knew. I mean, I wasn't his only friend. He was friends with everybody.
We can't discount
Red?
anything. As much as I hope we would. Sorry, Daisy, please.
I just don't see how he could have gotten involved with them unless they had something on him, which I can't even imagine that.
Well, he was a bright boy. Maybe they were manipulating him somehow. In any event, we have to run down every lead. So, well, Doctor, is there a number we can contact you at if we have any other questions for you?
You can contact me here. I'll probably be here for a while still looking at this.
And I suggest we step out and discern where to go next.
Sure.
Perhaps the scene of the crime would be good. Unfortunately, with this, the police did a cursory check when they pulled the body out, but there's nothing else that they really thought was worth looking into. If it was anything illicit, I imagine that it would be hidden inside of his room. If you can bring me a
Place to
sample,
start.
I can investigate it, or are any of you scientific?
I have
Like
some
this.
experience.
I know my way around.
Yeah.
I'm fairly familiar with plants and toxins.
Well, do what you can, and the rest bring to me. I'm happy to help you as much as possible.
I appreciate your care in this, Dr. Croswell.
Hopefully the next time we meet after this will be under more interesting circumstances. Or, well, more casual
Hopefully more
circumstances.
pleasant.
Yes, that's what I mean. Good. Well, again, sorry for your loss.
I just hate that I had to see him this way.
And with that, he will slowly pull the sheet back over Walter's face. Where do you all go from here?
I don't think Daisy's let go of Stan. She's worried she might pass out.
What do you say we make our way to the scene?
Boarding
Hurry up,
house,
that
yes.
Stanley.
Let's make our way to the boarding house.
I have my car out front.
Ooh.
I don't know how much I feel like driving right now, but
I
mean,
can drive if you'd like me to.
if you want to. I mean, I
don't
can
mind.
always come get my car later.
I don't mind taking the wheel for you if you want to just relax.
Yeah, even if I can just like close my eyes during the drive, like it's been too much.
It's fair.
All right.
Stan, it's gonna be okay.
I know.
With that, you pile into whichever cars are necessary. Make your way back across town to the boarding house. The boarding house is a simple 2-floor rectangle. A bunch of old rooms inside of what, well, upon a time was probably a fairly stately house, but now is, well, spiders and cobwebs and patchwork in the walls. A basement that has a few weight sets strewn around from past boys. It's an all-male boarding house, and as soon as you approach the front door, that atmosphere is there. The fraternity fills the air, one might say. Every resident is issued a key to the external door. But as you approach the front door, Stanley, it's open. Just a crack. Someone must not have shut it all the way. It's true night at this point, about 7 o'clock. And as you look down, anybody who wants to is standing at the door and notices that it's cracked just about an inch. Pardon me, just about a centimeter, we'll say. Can make me a spot hidden roll.
Ooh,
20.
Damn!
29
29, okay.
under 45.
19.
19.
19.
Okay. 19. Okay. So, Gerry, I'm gonna give it to all of you, but I'll say that Gerry and Jessica notice it first, just because this is who they are. So you'll notice how strange it is, Max, because there are no lights on inside of the house. In fact, most of the boarders right now are a lot of them work night shifts. So they would have already headed out for the evening. The manager / landlord, this is the night of week that he normally goes on his date night. Normally no one should be home. There's a good chance that someone just forgot to lock it. But as you look down, the three of you are going to notice for very different reasons that the door has been jimmied. Gerry, you will see that there's a length of tape ran across. Did tape exist in the 20s?
Yes.
Okay, good. There's a length of tape that has been ran along the inside of the door frame to hold the latch shut. Or pardon me, to hold the latch open from catching. Daisy, you're not going to recognize anything, but Jessica, you are going to notice that there are scrape marks around the locks where someone looks like they forced in a lockpick and popped it open, just like you would have written in one of your mystery novels. And Max, you are going to notice that it's been damp out, not raining, although it's threatening it at the moment. But you will recognize that there is a bit of dirt around the doorknob and around the lock, like someone had been in the mud recently and then tried to do something to the door. There's just like a little bit of a slick around the door.
Does the mud look like it's local?
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yeah. And if you glance around with that notice check, you'll be able to see that there are a pair of footprints, hard-soled shoes about size 13, that went around the side of the building and back, kind of in some of the softer patches of ground.
Well, this looks a little concerning.
It looks like it was jimmied open here. And I'll kind of get down and like point to like where it looks like it was jimmied open and just like pointing out everything that I'm seeing.
Max is going to kind of lean down and kind of study it with her, kind of following Jessica's lead through it.
And as you're doing this, Jessica and Gerry, you are both going to hear the sound of something clatter upstairs inside of the house.
Whoa. Stanley, should anybody be in the house?
Maybe. I mean, not usually. I mean, this time of night, they'd either be off doing their night jobs or probably sound asleep. Maybe someone got up to get a glass of water. Maybe. I mean, there wouldn't be that many left.
But you don't usually expect anybody home at this time of night.
I mean, if they left the door open, like, that doesn't sound like anyone. Like, there's pretty strict rules about the doors.
Right.
Perhaps we should flag down an officer.
There might not be time for that.
I want to fight. If there's something going on, there's someone in there. We need to talk to them. And he's
They
gonna reach
wanted
down and
us
like
to just
pull a.
look around ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Max is gonna pull a little 38 pistol out of his out of a belt holster.
Now this
Like a
is the
little
20,
shoe
so anybody who wishes to have a gun, feel free.
Oh yeah, Gerry wants a little gun. She
You can
keeps
have
it
a
in
little-
her handbag.
You can have a little gun as a treat.
She keeps a little heater in her purse.
You can also have derringers and stuff. You gotta,
Oh yes, I want
you
a
gotta
Derringer.
buy me a present in real life if you want a Tommy gun.
Derringer will be fine. Fit that in my handbag.
All right, sounds good. I have no idea what the stats for derringer are, but they're probably in the book.
They're little.
Well, I mean, they'll do the
a
job if
little
you
peach.
just gotta push it.
Yeah.
Especially in this game. Yeah. Anything works.
Yeah.
Or doesn't at all. That's
True. Also, falling damage is the worst, by the way. Don't fall from anything. Period. You hear another little crash come from upstairs, and what do you all do?
Stanley has already
Right.
pulled a handkerchief out of his back pocket and is wrapping it around his knuckles. As in, he's gonna punch something.
Why don't I get a dexterity roll off of everybody, just so that I know what sequence you're acting in? And that's convenient that I rolled a 90. So we're going to go from lowest to highest.
I thought are we rolling for that, or are we just using
You
our
roll
dex?
your dexterity, apparently.
Roll your dex.
What is that?
The
So
question
it's
of who gets the first opportunity to act in an important issue. Pardon me. Determine the order of attack by ranking their dex from highest to lowest.
Oh, that
Okay.
makes it easier.
My
makes more
bad.
sense.
It's a permanent. So
put her-
lowest dex. Do I have anybody below 20?
What is mine? 45.
Oh, pardon me. Highest to lowest. I'm dumb. Does anybody have above 90, above 80, above 70, above 60? Oh,
I think we're all dumping it into
Daisy
chat.
is-
I,
yeah,
it's
it's in the chat.
I wasn't looking. Okay, so that means that
Put
I've
it in
got.
chat.
Okay, let me just check something. Dex. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, I have Stanley, I have Daisy. I have Jessica.
And then
Okay.
Max and then Gerald.
Max. And then Gerry. Okay, sounds good. All right, so wrapping your knuckles with some punch-in material, you feel that there is something up above you. What do you do?
Well, I'm very used to the sounds of the house, so I'm probably moving towards the stairs and avoiding all of the creaky steps where possible.
Okay. So you can try, if you're trying to be stealthy, it'll take you 2 rounds to get up to your room. You can make me a stealth roll. And I'm going to see if I have some action music ready.
Oh, I actually do have stealth. 56, but my stealth is 30, so nope.
Okay. All right. You will hear shuffling cease upstairs as you are moving. So you start to move upstairs, and one of the boards has gone a little rotten, and you mistakenly overstep onto the wrong one. You're supposed to step on number 5. You stepped on number 6.
I'll turn back everyone and go, shh, shh.
Okay. And with that, we are down. Daisy, what do you do?
She's backing towards the street,
Okay.
keeping an eye out for any police officers, but also staying quiet.
Sounds good. There it is. Okay. All right, Jessica, what do you do?
Gonna sort of heckin' try to carefully creep my way up and try to avoid creaky stairs, just stepping very light-footed up
You
the
can make me
stairs.
another stealth roll,
Sure. What
or you can
is
make me
stealth?
a second stealth roll since there was already one. But
Oh, my stealth is 30, so below 30, please, guys.
thirsty.
That's 20.
20. Okay. So you're actually going to make it up the stairs very well, stealthily. And as you do, there's a momentary stop, and then the shuffling and banging resumes upstairs, like someone is doubling their efforts. Someone's flipping this room. Max, it's your turn. As so, Jessica, you'll reach that door at the beginning of next round stealthily. Max, you can go stealthily and try to sneak up on this, or you can just try to rush in and deal with what you will.
I think they're both pretty close to the door already.
Mm-hmm. They're about halfway up the stairs, and it's right at the top of the stairs to the left.
Oh, well, this is my nephew. I'm gonna rush up.
Oh, you're gonna rush up?
Yep.
Okay. So you are going to be able to run up, and as you do, the door to his room is all but shut a few inches. You can see that there is a light on the inside and an unholy ruckus. Max rushes past the rest of you up to the room. What do you do,
Hey.
Max?
I'm gonna just kick open the door.
Okay, kicking open the door, you will see a massive man in front of you, in the process of flipping over the table. He turns and looks at you, and you will recognize, well, if not the man himself, the look of the local mafia. And I think that's where we're going to go to a quick break.
I was gonna say Irish or Italian.
I want it to be Italian, but in the book they call him O'Shea. And I've got-
Honestly, if we're in the eastern coast, so it makes more sense that it is the Irish mob.
The Irish mob? Ooh, it's the
Yeah.
mob. All right, so folks, we're going to be right back. We're going to take a quick washroom break, and then we're going to have some fun. So don't go anywhere.
This is Lysithian Callisto. Be sure to tune into Wild Beyond the Witchlight, coming this September to Dork Tales. Oh, what idiots are not one.
Hello, and we are back here at Dork Tales, Call of Cthulhu. Cthulhu. Cthulhu.
Lily.
Cthulhu. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Barata!
Mike, you still got the
Cthulhu!
king in yellow hanging around in there?
Yeah. I got the crate right over there. I was gonna put it on screen, but I have nowhere to put it, like on camera. So I was gonna unload it. I was gonna have it all around and stuff. I'm like, I would have to install a shelf on the wall just to make that work. Mm-hmm. The Call of Cthulhu.
Yep.
All right, so anyway, this is the part of the program where we talk to the chat. We're going to keep it a little short today because I got a lot to run. I think this is actually going to be a two-parter. I think what's going to happen is we're going to run 1.5 of this, 1.5 episodes of this, and then 1.5 episodes of the next one called Genius Loci, which hopefully by that point I will have Dr. Croswell's voice stabilized. Oh,
Very
that
nice.
guy. Thanks for the pandemic.
Happy to help where we can.
It's got the evil inscriptions on the back that we had to decode.
What does that say? Eat it, Joe's.
Which literally brought about the pandemic.
It did. Vamp about that for a minute. I'm refilling my coffee because I'm using my period tiny mug.
It's so good.
I
Mine's pretty small.
The other
I went
awesome
full
part was
mason
the
Nice.
was the coin that came with it. It's
Yes, this coin was
zoom
very
in.
cool.
Yeah, that was a cool
Yeah.
little thing.
That's
Yeah.
neat.
That was a neatest kit, yeah.
with
They had one of those that was Adventure Zone themed, like when the original arc was running, and I really wanted to play it, but it, of course, doesn't exist anymore. Is this game meant for characters to die? That's the hope.
Oh,
A
yes.
common side effect, yes.
Yes.
like fruit flies.
Yes.
What's that?
Kelly is trying, and we're trying
You
not to.
To give you an example of how dangerous this is.
Dead. It just wasn't us.
Yeah. For example, I, as a character, have 15 hit points. A gun
That's a
does
lot.
1d10.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty beefy, but a gun does 1d10 damage.
So
So
here-
2 bullets, and I'm gone. That's
so
it. That's you dead.
if Max ran out and fell out of the window, he would take 2d6 damage from the fall. At
I
this
would
height.
live.
Closed out right dead.
I would be
Yeah.
wrecked.
You'd probably
I'd be
break
in
your
like
leg.
hospital for 2 months.
Stanley with his 90 strength is punching with 1d3 plus 1d6 damage. So
which
I
means-
can punch.
That's
I can
pretty
punch
good.
better than a bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 14 hit points. I can get fucked real easy.
Have 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, there is some gross stuff coming. I can't believe that I used to wear these glasses on a regular basis.
Dude, they're honestly adorable.
I have the same pair.
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna be
I used to be
perfectly honest with you.
really fat. So like, it looked like, here, picture this.
Oh.
Hi. Like, it
Yeah.
didn't work. It didn't work. The slimmer I get, the better they are. But like,
Yeah.
What
They're
color
also
is
the-
your tongue?
you gonna buy me dinner first?
I was like, wouldn't you like to know? Damn.
Well, right now it's sepia colored, regardless.
Yeah.
All right.
Ancient font. Yeah.
So how are you enjoying the module so far?
I'm really liking it.
Yeah,
I'm about
really enjoying how it's
mystery and
toned
stuff
set.
like that.
So I've taken a couple of shortcuts. Like I've combined a few characters from different modules, so there'd be some overlap. And originally, I think that having 5 people is like, I think a slightly smaller cast is what they were intending for this, but that's fine. It'll be fine, and the game is pretty easy to run. Looking at this overall though, they do a really good job at writing things up. So just so far, this isn't anything spoilery. But they give you a lot of like, oh, so if you have like medical or sciencey people, they can find this. If you don't, they can find this from talking to people. If they don't, you could potentially do this. They try to give you like the 3 routes for each plot point. And then they're like, they also give you some really good stuff that I think more storytelling games need to do, such as there is a clue up ahead. Where it's, if they look here, they find the clue. If your players don't check anywhere really, if your players aren't good at this, it's on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think more modules, particularly a lot of the D&D stuff, needs to account for that.
Yeah. I've seen that talked about as like, I think it was a node-based storytelling or something along those lines, where it's basically like, these 3 elements need to be delivered in this scene, right? However you get them there, that's up to you as a storyteller. But, you know, they need to know that the bad guy is currently at his other house. And, you know, and so you basically got like, every place has like 3 clues that tell you where you need to go. And then however you deliver those can be quite flexible. Like, they'll give you suggestions, but you morph it as you need to.
You know what's funny is I love that a lot of the time when you're stumbling through these things, or when you're doing it well, but you don't have names for things, you still hit things, because like honestly, that sounds like how we used to plot the Mage LARP. Because I would give you guys a list of like, James, go run this scene and make sure one of these things happen. I don't care how they happen, just make sure they happen in an interesting way.
And I didn't get in trouble for that too often.
Like 4 times out of like 6 years, that's a pretty good run.
Yeah, it was pretty good, yeah.
So wait a minute, it was a choose your own adventure, but there was only one option at the end?
That's always the way it works.
Yeah, it's the illusion of choice.
I mean,
Anybody always
isn't
kills
that
you.
literally the way that life works? It's like you have tons of possibilities, one ending.
Yeah.
You have different flavors of that ending.
Yeah.
How do you want to go out? Shot? Fall out of a plane? Die in a voice acting booth?
Hell yeah.
I'd rather
Oh.
not.
All at the same time? Rasputin?
Yeah. Rasputin was one of those guys with the Book of Life. He just kept his finger on like the previous page, like in a Which Way book. Like, no. Going back to page 96. So I was just talking to everybody beforehand and talking about how I just purchased a bunch of Powered by the Apocalypse games for the stream, and I'm gonna buy a couple more soon. But I really like getting the print ones, because then I can read them like on trips and stuff rather than the PDFs. And I'm looking forward to a couple of them. The one that I'm the most excited about after the Magical Girl game, Magical Fury, is Jinkies, the Powered by the Apocalypse Scooby-Doo game. It's gonna be great.
Old Man Sanders?
Old Man
I'd
Sanders.
have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Right?
I think, so Woodcat in the chat is saying that in their opinion that you have choices and some events are fixed, cannot be avoided, has to happen. I agree. I think that like it's the thing about player choice, where player choice is incredibly important, and you should honor it. But sometimes, like, there are some things that are just gonna happen. Like, the day is going to, well, if the day doesn't end and the night begins, then something strange is happening, and that's now part of the plot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's a video game.
Yeah. You have to give the ST some agency as well, right? So that's like, I mean, there are some games in there where the ST has basically no power. There was a weird little zombie one where the entire thing is engine run. Like the DM's basically like, it says you set up the system, right? You set up the starting environment, you put the players in, and then you just let the tables do the work, and it will tell you, it'll like generate all like onslaughts and these zombies have evolved to a new level, and the ST has no power over it.
That's something that I'm actually looking to get into for the
like
channel as well is GM or DM-less games.
Yeah.
Where the game literally just runs itself. We have actually played Monster of the Week, Sir Mans-a-Lot. If you actually go back, we made a really weird version of it that was set in like a proto-Victorian / World War I era Full Metal Alchemist setting. It's on the YouTube right now, and it's Monster of the Week, Monster Hunter Academia. And then people kept showing up and thinking that it was either a My Hero Academia or a Monster Hunter game.
Why not the both?
Why not both?
¿Por qué no los dos?
It's okay. It is okay
We
because
just called
I
it
am here.
Macadamia. We just called it the Macadamia game in our
Macadamia
house.
game? I did for a
Yeah,
while.
Macadamia.
I actually just auditioned for another My Hero Academia show, so we'll hear
Nice.
Nice.
Ah.
Yet another abridged. I
another
assume.
always abridged. Because they had what?
I'm partial to the something witty one, but that they're also my boys, so I'm like,
If they want more voices, tell them they can hit me up.
they will eventually do more auditions, so I'll link you when they post.
You link me. I've got a couple of good voice. Like I always audition for 3 characters. I always audition for All Might because duh. I always audition for Todoroki, and I always audition for Bakugo just because for some reason screaming as a pubescent boy is so much fun. As you know,
as someone who's done it, yeah, it's real fucking fun.
and his voice is really easy to get into, even though like my voice is deep. It's really easy to go up to it because he's just so pissy.
Yeah. Bakugo was best boy. I love him very much.
You just imagine your dog just pissed on the rug, and then you're right there.
Yeah. It's unbridled fucking just unhinged rage always.
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 Kelly's All Might, and I have. I'm here to play games. It's
Yes.
true. It's true. It's because I can only go for a half hour at a time before I'm spent. No, actually, these days, I'm talking about. No, I'm talking. Wow, that sounded dirty.
Yeah.
No,
Well, now.
mostly.
You can't say things like that around me.
I was like, you said it.
Welcome to Dork
Is
Tales
it because
OnlyFans.
Christa? Do you know that I'm lying? Have you heard from it? Would you like it? Would you like an example?
I mean,
I would cuddle the crap out of you. You are gorgeous. Yeah.
the feeling is mutual.
You know, I think you're gorgeous.
Yeah, you're gorgeous too. We're all
He says that's all the redheads. Come on.
We have so many redheads in this game.
Which way am I pointing? This way, yes. Look at this entire screen and look at all of the gorgeous faces that are here.
The gorgeous, beautiful babes.
Exactly.
The babes.
Yeah,
The babes
all
with
the
the
babes.
power.
My hair keeps making me look
Dork
better than I am.
Dork babes.
I was so sad on Mage Night on Saturday. At the end of it, when I was taking off my tie and stuff, my hair Hemsworthed, and I haven't gotten it back. I'm not kidding. Hold on, Christa. I'll show you
The family hair
Gonna
showed
make me
up.
so
Family hair.
the family hair. Yeah.
That would never not be hysterical. Oh, the family hair.
Like, look at my Hemsworth.
Damn.
Oh,
Look at the. I have the thing.
How you doing?
Yeah.
I have the, look at the thing. You see
It's
I've got
even
the
green
little.
screening.
Excuse me, I gotta shift my seat.
Yeah, let me adjust here. Where's my fan? I gotta turn my fan
I got the
on.
vapors.
Get the vapors. Take some Beano and we'll be fine. Oh.
Wrong vapors.
Yeah, definitely the wrong vapors. So, was there anything else that I wanted to address real quick? So, actually, yes. Last things before we hop back into game, which we'll be doing in about a minute. So, real quick, very excited to say a couple things. One, Christa, I'm going to be on your podcast soon.
Yeah, you are. I'm so excited.
So, Christa,
We're gonna talk about bodies.
We're going to talk about the body. And leeches.
Oh no.
I can't wait to read.
I haven't watched the movie yet. He hasn't read the book yet.
Piece of shit has 1,000,000 eyes or 1,000 eyes. Anyway, so we're Christa does a podcast called Based On, which
we talk about the movies based on books and the books that they're based on.
Thank you. And I am joining for a special edition of The Body by Stephen King / Stand By Me, which is one of my favorite movies. I've watched it a good 100 times. Started watching it when I was 5 years old.
Yeah, it was. That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, like it had just come out when I was a little kid, and for some reason my parents thought it was okay. But I also grew up watching Conan the Barbarian, so
I
like
don't know when that came out.
I think it came.
Seems like very much it's a coming of age story.
86.
For young
I was
boys.
14.
Oh no, I guess well, it was on VHS, so I guess it came out a few years earlier.
Oh.
Or we had it on VHS because I saw it in like the late 80s, early 90s, right? So
Yeah, it came out in 86. Yeah.
Yeah.
cool. So I'm doing that, and then also we have a couple of games that are starting this month. Quick announcement. Normally we were set to return with the Shards of Nirn this Wednesday. However, after I made that announcement, it came to my attention that there was a unified day off of Twitch. So creators are taking a day away from Twitch to draw attention to the number of hate raids that are occurring on this platform and to encourage Twitch to do something about it. So when I originally stated that Shards of Nirn would return on Wednesday, I didn't know this event was happening, but we are taking the night off in solidarity with the rest of the creators who want to make a stand against these hate raids. So we hope you understand. We'll be back on the 8th instead. It's not a particularly sensitive issue to me and to us as a channel. We got hate rated during Extra Life. If you want to go see what that encompasses, you can go watch the last 20 minutes of our Heroes game, of our Masks game. It's the very last Extra Life game, game 11, and it's right after it's while I'm wearing a cowboy hat. It happens. We shut it down pretty quickly, but for us, it wasn't a big deal. But for a lot of marginalized creators and for people who are in more precarious positions than us, it can be really damaging to have to deal with that type of hate. For us, we were in a great mood. We just raised $5,000 for charity. We were basically bulletproof when it happened. But a lot of people this is very damaging. So if you can, do what you can to spread the word around. Stay off Twitch on Wednesday if you can, and hopefully we can join together. And yeah, who hate raids? Some jerk, and it was full of just like racist rhetoric and racist and homophobic rhetoric, and it's because we have an LGBTQ tag on, because everyone on our channel is one of several things. We're either a member of the LGBTQ community, we're either a proud ally of that community and will support our friends no matter what, or we want it to be a welcoming space for anybody who doesn't feel like they belong anywhere else. And because honestly, we're big supporters of people loving who they want and being who they want. Like, seriously, like, be you, right? Anyone have a problem with that?
No.
Cool.
No.
Not on this
Come
channel,
fight us.
motherfuckers.
Unless
Exactly.
you're an asshole, in which case,
Yes.
Oh yeah. You can be an asshole regardless of your gender or sexuality.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
You're gonna be an
right?
asshole,
Like
fuck
Cave
off.
Goblin
Yep.
TV. Also, thank you for the raid,
Yep.
by the way. We tend not to break character too much when we get raided. But thank you so much for coming and visiting while we're in
Yeah.
Sepia. I feel like we're in WandaVision.
It is kind of WandaVision.
Man, I've been
yeah.
thinking about going and rewatching WandaVision because I've seen like the first 4 episodes like a couple times, but I'm like, I want to go back, like watch all of it. It's so good, so good.
I've been trying to plot games, so I have I have no free time, Hayden, as you probably know, and because you have no time either. And I really, really want to. I have a copy of Spider-Man Miles Morales right there. And I put the Spider-Man soundtrack on my Spotify so that when I'm driving Christine to work, I can listen to like Spider-Man music and get all hyped up for game creation.
Yeah.
And I just want to play this game and I have no time. And I want to run a Spider-Man game, but there's no way to do it because there's no engine that makes you feel like Spider-Man.
I know. I haven't like fully played through the Spider-Man PS4 game.
It is
yet.
amazing.
It's so good. From like what little I played, we've been watching Spectacular Spider-Man on Netflix. Like we've just been. That was so much of our
Is that the
anniversary
Neil Patrick Harris
yesterday. No.
It's the more recent one, is it?
No. That's the one from 2017. This one stars Josh Keaton as Peter Parker, and he's so good. So good. My boy Ben Diskins, he plays Eddie Brock. Venom. Oh my god, we spent so much of our anniversary yesterday watching it, and we're like, it's so good.
And Cave Goblin TV is suggesting Masks the new generation. So we've run Masks a few times on the channel. Usually it goes off the rails pretty quick because it's for charity. It doesn't quite hit the level like where I want. It's a really good game, but it's weird, right? With superheroes, you need it just has to, it has to
There's
hit
a certain,
that, but it's the closest thing that I found because everything else is so crunchy that it's unbelievable, or it's Aberrant, which is a great game as well by formerly White Wolf, now Onyx Path. That game doesn't feel like there's much of a challenge in it though. Like you either fight guys who slam you into the ground or
You're slamming them.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like when we ran it, like you guys mulched everything pretty easily. And that was me getting used to the rules, but it was also like, it's just one of those things. Yeah, so if anybody knows of any other games, so Sentinel, I'll have to check out. But if you know of any other games, maybe Worlds in Peril is another one I've looked at. Oh, and City of Mist, we should try that again because we ran that back when it first came out. And,
yeah, that was interesting.
And it could be fandangled a bit. It's a cool book. It's really thick for a Powered by the Apocalypse style book though. Like it's like, I feel like Ahmed wrote about an extra 30% more than he needed because he was just so into his idea. Because like the entire thing is mostly written by like one dude, which is why the Kickstarter's taken 4 years to come out.
You should turn that one into another miniseries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, hold on. I'll put that on my to-do list. Okay, so the last notes that I have before we hop back into game, Mists.
I really like these miniseries too because like you definitely know that the end is coming up, so you just want to play a great character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about Call of Cthulhu is if you guys die, just play somebody else. There's plenty of investigators.
Exactly.
Last couple things to know as we are moving in. So, Shards of Nirn returns next Wednesday. Reign of Emeries returns with its Act 3 next Friday, and that's going to be awful. Good luck, guys, because there were 2 games that was inspired by. One was Final Fantasy VI, and it was revealed last game what the other one was, and it's Doom. So, hey.
Cool.
What if we rub these together? What do we get?
Christa and I basically had the same faces.
Just now? What was the face?
No, I was just gonna.
Oh yeah, they would. So that's gonna be really good. And then I am incredibly proud to announce that this Call of Cthulhu game actually leads up to something. So we have 3 weeks of Call of Cthulhu, and then on the 3rd week of Call of Cthulhu, on the very next night, we have our session 0 of Dungeons and Dragons Wild Beyond the Witchlight, a Feywild adventure, which is the new Wizards of the Coast module. Last year we had a fantastic success with Rime of the Frost Maiden, so we're of course doing it again. We're running our session 0 on the Tuesday night that the book releases, and the following Monday we are jumping right in. I'm going to be a bit more improv-y with this one as we go through it. I'm gonna keep as much of the adventure as I need, but I'm not going to be chained to it, which I always feel like I need to in pre-made adventures. Like, I feel like I've got to give you the experience rather than just make it better. And the best thing to come out of frickin' Rime of the Frost Maiden was my Adam Driver NPC. So, like,
He's so
Yes.
sweet. I love him.
I think that shirt is literally right on the couch. I was wearing it for I've been wearing it for the past day and a half because I've been writing and I haven't. I have writer stink right now. You know what I'm talking about.
I know that stink well.
It's not pomade, it's grease in my hair.
He's like,
Let's be honest, that's the greatest part of remote.
It is. Oh my. Okay.
So good.
Remote play has 2 benefits above all else. Number 1, you can smell however you want. Number 2, there's never a line for the bathroom with other players, unless you're in the same house
That's
together.
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yes.
Mike can use the sink.
Yeah, Mike.
I like how you say can, like I haven't.
All right, and with that,
I'm sorry, I brought him over.
okay, and then
I rinse after.
okay,
I'm
and
kidding.
I know you're kidding. And then the last thing is about a week after Wild Beyond the Witchlight, we are starting up our Deadlands game finally because of Extra Life, it got pushed a month back just so that I could recuperate, and I still have to finish 2 books before we start that. Wish me luck. I already finished a 5th of one of the fiction pieces on my vacation though, so that was pretty good. All right, so folks, that is going to be it. Only caring about. Oh yeah, so hold on. Only caring about top half of the costume.
Ta-da!
The amount of times
I put pants on. I put pants on today for this.
Did you?
Oh,
Ants.
we're so special.
Of the amount of times what, Hayden?
I was gonna say the amount of times during Rhyme, I'm in PJ pants.
Or no pants because it was bloody hot.
Or yeah, well, those were the days where I'm just wearing the dress. But heckin', the amount of times when I was in California, I'm I'm wearing a different black shirt entirely, and they won't know.
Also, magician's tricks, you only have to wear the front of an outfit sometimes. Because during Candlekeep Mysteries, I changed my outfit every time I was a player. And one time I was dressed like a Jedi. Do you know how I made a Jedi outfit? I didn't buy a Jedi robe. It was 2 pairs of pants that were laid over my shoulders and safety pinned below the camera. Where I had a pair of khakis and then a pair of I have some white workout pants, I have some man leggings, and they were pinned underneath, and I looked just like frickin' Ewan McGregor. I also turned my entire head blonde for the night and the beard.
Nice.
Were you in that game, Christa?
Me? No.
You ran that game.
Wait, is that the one?
Well, hello there.
I think so.
Right. Oh my God. Yes.
Oh, it's because I kept using force push because I took telekinesis. Oh, being a Psy Warrior was so much fun. I just kept knocking people over and being like, well, hello there. Push. Douche.
Yeah.
I kept making it. I actually pulled up a list of old Obi-Wan quotes and kept slipping them in.
Nice.
Like even subtle ones, like,
These are not the droids you're looking for.
these are not the goblins you're looking for. I see. So you could say that I rolled a natural 20 from a certain point of view. And with that, I think we should return to game, folks.
Agreed.
So-
Agreed.
All right. I love you all, and I love chatting with you. That's. Had a player in a long shirt cosplay and nothing else. We had to cut her coming back late from break. Okay. Fair. All right. Damn. Okay, so, folks, we're going to head back to the game right now. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Call of Cthulhu, and go visit Cave Goblin TV. They rated us, and they seem cool. And
I just followed them.
I followed them, too, because I feel like
Cool
I'd already
people.
followed them before, though. Does Twitch ever, like... I feel like sometimes it erases my follows.
Yeah. I've noticed a lot of social media has been doing that recently, so...
Because, like, I've seen
sure.
Cave Goblin around a bit, and... Oh, you're running that Pathfinder module. Rad. Nice. Ooh, in Cyberpunk. Yeah, I've seen you guys around for sure. Yeah, go give them a check. Go give them a check out. All right, so, folks, we're going to head back into the game right now, and, oh, God, my neck hurts so much, but we're going to keep fighting through it. Let's do this. All right, ready. Going back in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Call of Cthulhu here on Dork Tales. As you burst into the room, Max, you see a man of a large Irish build standing in front of you. He's in the middle of tossing this room, and you slam the door open. He turns and looks at you with an air of menace, and you recognize his face. From some of your investigations, you know that he's connected to the local Irish mob. However, it's not your turn anymore. Gerry, we cut down to you. Max has ran up the stairs while Daisy has eked out the back door, out the front door, looking for any help in the street. The other two with you, Jessica and Stanley, have tried to sneak up the stairs, but Max has blown past them. What do you do?
I guess, call out, get his attention. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Okay, so you're just yelling up the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have no idea what's going on there, but you're going to yell anyway. Okay.
Yep, yelling.
All right, sounds good. All right, then we're going to move to the top of the initiative. Stanley, you know that your stealth has been blown at this point. Max has pushed past you and has slammed open the door. What would you like to do?
I will follow Max in, and I will go in like backup, like the SWAT team.
Okay, sounds good. Rushing in, you are going to see a very large man in front of you. I'd like you to make me a luck roll, please. And I have to ask, do you do anything illicit on the side to make money?
No, I'm pretty straight-laced, actually.
Sounds good.
Actually, ridiculously straight-laced.
Okay, so you can go ahead and make me a luck roll, or your luck or credit rating, whichever is better.
Oh, credit rating. Actually, we'll stick with luck.
Okay.
I just rolled 40, and my luck is 50.
Sounds good. You'll actually recognize this man. This is a man named Seamus O'Shea. He's a bit older than you. He's a mob enforcer who also works, who does some side hustling in the strongman circuit, underground boxing matches and things like that. A real heavy hitter, leg breaker type. He definitely will give you a run for your money if you fight. All right, so rushing in, you give Max some backup. You doing anything else as you notice as you recognize him?
O'Shea, what are you doing in here?
It's none of your business, kid. Get out of here. Daisy, what are you doing? You hear commotion upstairs.
Can I... Is this, like, on the front window?
It's on the back window, actually,
Okay,
but you
so
can
it's-
definitely hear the yelling.
Okay. I'm looking up and down the road to see if there's any...
Make me a luck roll to see if any cops are in the area. I want to make a really...
That's a 2?
Okay, so you are going to hear... you are going to see a... Damn, I was not expecting that.
Me neither!
They're never here when you need them. Oh, wait, shit, they are. You are going to see a police car pulling up alongside, and they're going to notice you, like, running out. And are you trying to flag them?
I'm gonna, run out into the middle of the street very
It's Officer
dramatically.
O'Houlihan and O'Brienovich.
What?
sorry, O'Houlihan and
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh no, you didn't.
Yeah.
What seems to be the problem, love?
Help! There's someone in my friend in their room. There, I think they're dangerous. Please help!
I think that's the murder house. I think it is.
Not very sensitive of you, but please help!
Don't worry. The police are always here to help. There's so many things I'm not saying that I shouldn't say.
Don't do it, bro.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Just pop.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. So seeing this pretty young girl named Daisy Wilcox, the cop will go, "All right, let's get dangerous," and is going to leap out of the car.
Michael Jackson?
Oh.
And he is definitely here to help you in this nice, upstanding neighborhood, full of people that look a lot like him.
help!
Wait, are you wearing pants?
Yes. Yes, I'm wearing pants.
You might be a communist. Hold on. No, I rolled a 92. You're not a communist. All right, cool. All right, so this is the 20s. They're still commies. All right, so he's going to rush by, and I'm going to roll a 92, which means that Cop is going to act last, and this is going to be, what did I say his name was? O'Blarney?
Sure.
Sure.
It's O'Blarney now. Stinson? Stinson.
Obladi oblada?
It's Blarney Stinson. That's his name.
Oh my god.
Okay, this is a serious
Damn
game.
it.
It's never a serious game. All right, so Jessica, you will see that Max has burst past you, as has Stanley. No chance to stealth anymore, you think? What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna follow them up the stairs, but still kind of keeping my distance because I'm a fragile lady. But I will still be kind of keeping my distance, but trying to get sights on what's going on in the room.
Sounds good. You will get definite sights on there. You can make me a luck roll with a bonus.
Sure.
Because you investigate murders for your books, right?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be 15. What do I roll for bonus?
Damn. Don't worry about it. 15, you did it.
I said 50.
Oh, 50. So you just roll the 10 space again.
Okay, cool. Give me half a second. Roll that again. Nope, that'll make it 59.
59. Okay, what's your luck?
I know. With my luck is 60, so I still rolled below my luck.
All right, so you will recognize from the name. What are you doing here, O'Shea? This is likely Seamus O'Shea, the mob enforcer. Now, why the mob is involved in this, you have no idea, but you know this guy is an absolute brute. Definitely has gone and busted up some local protection rackets that sprung up underneath the mob, or people that tried to break away from the Irish mob's protection rackets in this area. He is not solely responsible, but he and some of his compatriots are the ones that have kept the Italians out of this area, and any Russian influence that tried to work its way in here as well. So as you are minding the door, Seamus is going to look around. You don't need to be in here. How about you turn around? Let me do what I'm doing. Nobody gets hurt. Or you can stay.
What exactly are you doing?
I want you to make me a social roll to see if you can convince him to give you this information. So this will either be fast talk, charm, or pardon me, fast talk, persuade, or charm. Or persuade.
I do have persuade. Persuade is better, so I'm gonna say persuade. Come on, babies. Low roll. Ooh. That's 76, and my persuade is 60%, so I'm still above.
Okay. All right, so you'll say, I ain't telling you nothing. Keep your dame on a leash.
Good boy, Stanley.
And-
Good boy.
Stanley's just gonna bow right out.
I'm out. Someone's about to get their face smashed.
Max, it's your turn. What do you do?
So Max is just going to kind of like glance towards Brooks, and then just like probably just a cloud's going to go across his features, and he'll just be like, and he's just going to like aim the gun like gut level.
The gun's gonna come visible from behind your coat at this point.
It's like, I'm going to need to know why you're in my nephew's room. Have a seat. And I'm going to try to intimidate him. I have very little intimidation.
I'll give you a bonus dice for the gun.
Okay, cool. So that's like basically like advantage, right?
It's basically, you roll the 10 space twice. And what happens when we're doing this is this is this contested against his intimidation? Oh, wait, hold on. So his intimidation, so you're going to roll this as a hard check, is the way it works.
It's hard's like middle one, right? All right.
Hard's the middle one, yeah.
No, it's yeah. So it's so a 7. I rolled a 21.
Okay. So your score is 7?
Sorry?
Your score is 7?
A hard intimidate check's gonna be 7 for me. Yeah, I got
Okay.
like 15 base.
And did you re-roll?
Yep.
Okay.
I rolled from a 91 to a 21.
Ooh, that's much better. All
Yeah.
right. So as you pull your gun out and point it at him, I already said that nobody needs to get hurt today. Downstairs, Gerry, you can hear as a police siren lights up outside, and a cop dives out of the
Great.
car and starts running toward you. He's a bit pudgy, in his early 30s. Don't worry, I'm on the way.
Up you go, buddy.
Yeah, Super Mario's coming to your rescue. What are you doing, Gerry?
Well, I'm running up there too because I'm not sure I trust, Smithers McGee going up here ahead of me. So
McGee? No, his name's McFlanagutty.
McFlanagutty.
McStinson, that's right. There it is. McStilton
Yeah.
with the brie. Okay, so
Yeah.
you'll be able to
I'm
run
gonna
upstairs
follow
and basically like clog the door up.
Yep. Yeah. Because if we can't fight him, we're at least gonna keep him in that room.
Okay. Hearing the siren outside, you'll all hear that at this point that the cop has lit up outside. Stanley, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Can I pop him one?
You gonna punch him? All right.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Let's do this. So here is the way this is gonna work. A contested brawl roll. I am gonna brawl you back.
Okay.
If you're gonna punch...
I do have a dodge ability too.
So basically the
What's
way
that?
that it works is fistfights are resolved in one way, resolving a fight. So the attacker, basically we're both gonna roll, winner takes damage, or winner gives damage.
Okay.
So you can't...
And we have to get under whatever our skill is?
You have to get under your skill, and so you roll your fighting, and I roll my fighting. The character...
Okay. I'm rolling at 80% here.
Okay, I am rolling at... Ooh, decent, actually.
And I just rolled a 10.
Okay, you definitely beat my 56. Okay, so... But is that a hard check, then? I guess it wouldn't be. I mean... I'm still getting used to the system, but either way, you rolled under what he rolled, and you have a higher skill.
With my 80, half of that's at 40, and 1/5 is 16, so I'm still under regardless.
Perfect.
Yeah,
all right, so
that's
I want you to
yeah.
go ahead and give me your damage.
Okie dokie. So 1 die 3, so 3, so that would be a pop with an 8. Right to his glass jaw.
Ooh. All right, so a solid hit is going to land directly into his jaw. You're going to knock one of his teeth out as you see a molar tumble to the ground from that blow. As he stumbles back, he tried to sucker under you and catch you in the ribs, but you managed to find that gap in his defense as he threw his dukes up. Bringing that across, he's going to stumble back a bit. Daisy, outside, are you going to offer any support?
I'll follow the police officers in.
Sounds good. All right, Jessica, standing at the door of the room, he just called you a dame and got punched in the face by Stanley. What do you do?
There are cops coming up.
There are, yes. Now it's about 7 o'clock at night, so it's dark out.
Okay. really don't know what to do in this situation. I don't got the gun or nothing, so I'm just gonna start shouting. I can't shout for Belle because there's a curfew in like 30 minutes. But I'm gonna shout that there's that we're upstairs and shout that it's what the fuck is his name? O'Hare? I don't know.
O'Shea.
O'Shea. Cool.
Like the
I'll
butter.
remember it's my yeah. Like
Butters.
shout that it's Butters. Butters is up here.
Ah, hamburgers.
Shout that O'Shea is up here.
Okay, sounds good. Yelling that.
It's O'Shea just to like get it out in case he gets away, so then the name is there.
Okay, so you're gonna shout that out, and Seamus's turn. Seamus O'Shea is going to wipe his mouth where his jaw is damn near broken. He's gonna turn and look at you, hear the sound of the siren. This ain't the end. And he's gonna turn and he's gonna jump out the window.
Damn. What about that falling damage?
I know.
Yeah. Okay. He lunges through the window. His massive girth shatters the window pane, and you see like glass explode everywhere. Reflexively, you kind of raise your hands to cover as window panes do explode inside and outside as something passes through, especially in this day and age with the leaded glass. The shards of glass fly back at you, and he vanishes into the night. Behind you, you hear the cop rush up the stairs. All right, what's going on?
You go.
Does anyone head to the
Huge
window?
guy just jumped out the window.
I will head right to the window.
All right. As you head to the window, all you will hear the sound of laughing fading into the distance. It sounds like Seamus. You see there's glass and broken bits of wood on the ground, and the sound of chuckling fades into the distance. Anyone who's going to the window and looking around, I would like you to make me a spot hidden roll.
Yes, I think we'd all like to do that.
87.
Okay.
If I hear the glass break, can I like look out the front door?
Sure,
I may
you
not
can look
see
out the front door.
anything. Just
Yep.
I'll keep an eye out.
I'm gonna give it to you with a penalty dice. So you're gonna roll you're gonna roll
Sure.
disadvantage basically.
I just rolled under my spot hidden's 45. I rolled a 44.
Sounds good. So do me a favor and make me a sanity check.
Okay.
So you got to roll under your sanity.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. Yes. Oh, my sanity is 65. I rolled a 57.
Okay.
I was like,
As you are looking around,
might be just slightly disturbed.
Gerry, you lean out the window, careful to not cut yourself on the glass. Jessica, as you are looking, you're going to be drawn to the sound of a thump on the ground. Glancing down, you can see something heavy and metal has struck the ground, falling from a height above the roof. He must have jumped on the roof or something, because looking down, you see that it looks like his gun had fallen out of his holster and is laying among the broken glass on the ground behind the boarding house. But Gerry, as you look up, the sound of laughter is slightly agonized, and you see the barest bit of something, a wisp of dark shape, silhouetted by the stars for a moment, and the feet of Seamus O'Shea being lifted into the sky and into the blackness. You do not take sanity damage from this, but something pulled him into the sky and out of your sight.
That's not right.
And what did you roll?
That can't be.
Daisy?
Well, on my disadvantages, I rolled a 12, but then I rolled a 92.
Okay, so you do not see this at all.
No.
Okay. All right, so Gerry, you are stunned.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? He jumped out the back.
I don't know. We gotta get down there. And
Hey. And he'll start.
He's not on the ground. He's not on the ground.
Max is gonna rush down there anyway.
Okay. The
What
cop
do you
will rush.
mean he's not on the ground?
Will rush
He's
down there
not.
as well.
He did not touch ground. He went up.
I'm sorry to break it to you, darling, but there's no way that is possible.
I know it's not possible. It sure looked like it. It sure looked like something was above the window.
Can Stanley see if he can climb out the window and get up onto the roof?
Yeah, is there any way that he could have climbed up? I mean,
So Stanley, you can head out there. Can you make me a roll? So you climb.
Yep. I rolled a 12. My climb is 30.
Damn. All right. So moving around outside, you said you'd wrap your hands with cloth anyway, so you'll be able to push through the broken glass of the window. Glancing down, you can see that a 45 has fallen into the mud below. The back porch light is illuminating it. And looking back, you can see, yeah, okay, the gutter is about 6 feet up from this window. There's a chance he could have hauled himself up. Do you want to try? It's a hell of a fall if you fail.
Was he bigger than me though? Like
He's about the same size as you.
okay.
but is it good enough to see if he could have gone?
You could have
up
done it,
instead
Stanley.
of falling.
Like, just, you can gauge it. That, yeah, it looks like he probably jumped out the window, grabbed it, and pulled himself up while you were shielding your face.
Well, I gotta follow him then.
Okay.
Okay.
Pulling yourself up, you are going to give yourself a titanic heave of muscle. And you will find yourself on the roof.
O'Shea, I know you're up here. Show your face, at least what's left of it.
The roof appears silent. Perhaps he ran across to the other side. The roof is slanted. Do you start to rush up to the top?
I'll look around to see if there's any sign of like him scrambling up here, because
some of the shingles are loose, and you can see that. Make me a spot hidden roll. It's night, but I'll say the moon's out, and you've got decent dark vision because.
Now 87.
87. Looking around, you can see that a couple of the tiles are loose, and they're a little like the shingles are a little slippery, but you'll be able to hold your own on your hard-soled shoes. Meanwhile, on the other side of the house, Daisy, you're monitoring the front. The cop is doing the cop behind the wheel is doing a wide turn to park and to monitor the area, basically. And as you're looking around, there's a cacophonous scream. And as you turn and look, a man falls from above the tree line of this street. He hits the ground like a ripe melon, his neck snapping at a disturbing angle, his brains exploding across the street. His eyes explode from their sockets, and you watch him bounce once like a rag doll, directly in front of the walkway to the boarding house. I would like you to do me a favor and make me a sanity roll.
Oh, Boise. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair one. Where's sanity?
Thinking I need one myself.
What? Sorry, mine isn't filled in. What was sanity?
So your sanity,
Is it on the
Should
the
be
pre-built?
up at the top
Yeah.
of your.
Yeah, it'll be right at the
pre-built.
top of your sheet.
It'll be
It did-
sand,
okay.
look
and
at
then
it.
it's
For
right
sand.
next to your HP.
Next to HP.
I don't know.
It's
I
next
don't
to
know
your
how I
papyrus.
missed mine too.
Oh.
And thanks, Nacro. I paid for a lot of extra music with the Patreon donation.
Oh, sorry, sand. Okay, 55. Okay,
55. So you want to roll under 55?
Oh,
got it.
Ooh, 78.
Okay. In that case, do me the honor of taking 5 points of sanity damage.
Fuck me sideways.
There's
maybe
some
later.
brain on your shoe.
One of the,
It splatters. Like
you know
I
what?
would
No, I'm going to
imagine.
say one of the eyeballs rolls onto your
Yes.
shoe.
Ah! She screams and just falls onto her butt and like crab walk, basically like just shuffles backwards, screaming.
Okay.
Not stopping.
So, and when you take the sanity damage, let me just see, because something happens to you when you
Yes.
do this.
How
So just
exciting.
so everyone's aware, Arkham is it in Massachusetts?
Yes,
Okay, because it's
I
like,
believe so. Yeah.
oh yeah, it is. It's just south of Boston. Sorry, the map pulled up, so I was like, perfect. I actually slammed the table so hard there that I
We
opened
are
a
in the
menu.
heart of New England.
You opened a menu.
I did. I opened like I opened something on the computer. Causes you temp insane after an int roll.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay. So make me an int roll as well.
Ooh, let's go with that 80 int. Come on, smart kid.
Come on.
154.
Oh, 68. Whoo, Boise. Yep.
Okay. So James, in that case, that's temporary insanity. So investigator loses 5 or more sanity. The roll of 1 sanity roll. Sufficient emotional trauma has been suffered. Must test your sanity. Make an intelligence roll. On a success, you recognize the full significance of what you've seen or experienced, and
Oh no, I
Wait.
wanted to fail that, didn't I? I fuck
Yeah.
up if I make my int roll.
yeah, you repress.
Yeah.
Okay, so the effects of temporary insanity begin and last for 1d10 hours.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. And then, let me see, is there a type of insanity?
Uncontrollable
I think
crying.
there are some
Yeah,
suggestions, but it's whatever you feel is
Yeah.
appropriate.
I have the Bouts of Madness table right here. I think we're going to use that.
Oh.
Yay!
So
Oh,
can you
yippee
do me,
zippy.
Krista,
Yeah.
how about you roll a d10 for me, please?
Okay.
And for those of you in the chat, we're playing 7th edition right now. Chaosium gave us the Doors to Darkness book to run for them, so we're very, very happy that they are supporting the channel with this donation. What'd you roll?
Yay!
A 10.
Cool.
Max brain damage.
So you gain a mania.
Oh, good.
Roll D100 on the mania table, which is on page X.
Good.
Where the hell is
Yes,
page
bring
X?
on the crazy.
Is it at
To
the?
go
Is
into a
it
different dimension to find page X.
to Dimension X?
Dimension X. We gotta go Dimension X, guys.
Oh, it sounds like a great plan.
Not you, Sally.
Wrong dimension.
Oh, shit.
Okay, hold on. I just gotta. Oh,
I
he's
will die
present.
laughing. Literally. If anyone's gonna die laughing, it's Krista who needs to die laughing.
So,
Yeah.
let me
Especially
just-
if Sally shows up.
I'm just looking up the
Aw.
mania chart. So one sec.
Okay, I rolled
I just
it.
finished watching Joker, so I feel sorry
Hi,
for you.
Ray. Perfect timing. You just showed
Hello,
me to
Ray.
go
Yes.
completely
Good to see you,
insane.
Diesel Shot. Mania on 162, 163. I think I found a place where they didn't update their index. It always.
Oh, dang.
Page X.
Yeah, page X. What they should have done is page XX. Oh, there we go. It's literally the next. It's table X. Okay. So what'd you roll?
42.
Okay. Oh, they also. Manias. Okay. 42.
Yeah.
Empolomania, an insatiable urge to hold office?
What? Hold
You
on.
feel. I'm gonna make you roll that twice, and I'll give you
gonna
the
be the
better of the
president.
two.
Yeah. That's a weird one.
That is
I'm running for mayor.
You know what?
man.
I've decided. I've decided to run for president.
30? Is that any better?
Not better.
Oh!
You rolled an obsession with clowns.
I'm so
Can we
kind
not?
of appropriate.
Yeah. Okay.
Can we, as someone who's highly
Yeah.
let's
phobic of
not
clowns, can we not
You know what?
do
You know what I'm gonna
actual-
say?
Why do you have to look into every sewer grate?
You know what I'm gonna do? You used to roll a 42 and a 30.
Yeah.
I'm going to apply them together,
72?
and it's gonna be
what do we
72, where you have nosomania, the delusion of suffering from an imagined disease. That is much easier to roleplay. So you were splattered by gore. So
There's something in my mouth.
You must get clean. You must get clean.
get clean. I'm
And this
gonna
is going
be
to
sick.
affect your roleplay. Okay? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Obsession
She
with
starts.
clowns.
It's so no. The desire to hold office is way.
You know what they
weirder.
combined? Really, I should have just combined them and said, "You're one of these clowns who wants to run for office."
Or have the desire to become a clown. I don't know.
You just want to be a politician. All right. So
Yeah, apparently.
right.
She starts like dry heaving and like screaming and crying and dry heaving and screaming and crying and like trying to like clean her tongue off.
Okay. So you will hear a terrified scream outside, those of you who are in the bedroom right now. Do you stay and look around? The place is disheveled, but you might be able to find something while the police officer isn't here. Odds are the investigation is going to get hairy in a few minutes.
Yeah, but is Daisy by herself?
Maybe. But what would you do?
Kelle would go down and see if she's okay.
But what would Gerry do?
No, Gerry would say to one of the cops, "You go see what happened."
The
You go
cop
take
already
care
ran
of
off
her."
with Max. There's
Okay,
no cop
he's
up here.
gone. Okay,
it's
well,
just
hopefully
you
he's
and
already
Jessica
gone.
in the bedroom.
Okay, well then somebody's obviously going to look after Daisy. So, we got to find what he was looking for. There's got to be something in here.
What
Mob
do you do,
enforcer
Jessica?
isn't coming around for nothing.
Do you both want to check the room, or Jessica, are you going to run off toward the sound of the scream?
I'm gonna go towards I'm gonna investigate the room. I'm gonna investigate around the room and see if I can find what O'Shea was looking for.
Sounds good. I would like both of you to make me a spot hidden roll.
Okay. 54. So
54?
not great, because I don't have spot hidden.
Okay, that's totally fine.
Ding dong here, can't read my days. 19.
19. Okay.
Yeah, made it.
Looking around, you are going to be able to find that in the drawer that he just overturned, the very bottom, you are going to find a vial, a small glass vial with a little tin screw top. There's a slight viscous fluid clinging to the inside of the glass. It looks like ink. But it's a bit thicker. It flows like a little more molassesy. It looks like the same color that his tongue was dyed.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, it does. So you didn't see this as you were looking around the room, Jessica. But as soon as you see that, you are going to obviously your writer brain's gonna.
Oh yeah, I was going to hold it up. Like, hey, look at this.
Does it look like there's ink missing? Like, does it look like some of it is kind of
how
missing,
full
or is it like
is the
entirely
vial?
full?
There are barely like a few drops left. It looks like it's been regularly used. There is a bit left. Like there's a bit of a sheen on the inside.
Yeah.
Like a greasy film, but there's a couple of drops at the very bottom that will move as you shake it.
Do you mind if I take a look at that?
No.
Is it like something that can be like uncorked kind of thing?
It's just a screw top.
Screw top.
Cool. I'm gonna screw it off and I'm gonna smell it. If it smells like pen ink or if it smells different at all.
It doesn't smell like anything really. Well, no, it smells like a little bit of alcohol. Like it has that kind of astringent smell, but also mixed with kind of like a coppery irony smell.
Oh.
It's not any type of ink you've ever seen before. Ink has a very kind of almost like kind of flat floral smell to it. This is chemically metallic.
It's nothing like what I've used in the past.
Okay, Gerry's gonna take a sniff. Like kind of waft
Yeah,
it.
it's same idea.
Yeah.
Like this is not ink. You know ink. You've worked in a print shop before. You've worked in the print room.
Worked in the newspaper. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You've almost had your dress caught in one of those. That's why you wear pants now.
Yeah. This isn't ink. But I'll bet you money that this is what stained his tongue.
There's no doubt about it. It's the only possibility. But why would he be drinking this?
Is he... Just because it isn't ink that we know of, could he be using it as ink?
Doing a quick search of the room, you'll find that most of the documents in here, his school papers and things, were written with a standard issue ballpoint pen. A lot of the ink is blue, or he used a pencil. It's cheaper to do so as a student.
Yeah. Is there anything? Yeah, so look for anything that might have this stuff on it.
You check the room thoroughly, but at the end of it, I'm not even going to make you do a roll because you thoroughly can just like shift through everything here.
Mm-hmm.
The only connection you can immediately see is this and whatever film was on his tongue. None of the papers here, most of them are written by pencil. It's a student in the 20s.
Yeah.
Pencils are cheap. You need to find out what the hell this is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say it, but I think he was drinking it. There's no doubt.
It's the only other reasonable option.
Do you know anybody who we could have examine this, or what's left of it?
Yeah, we should ask around. I might know somebody.
Meanwhile, downstairs, Max, you and the cop run around the corner. The cop does a quick perusal of the backyard. Which way did he go?
I don't know. You go that way, I'll go this way.
Okay, sounds good. Are you directing him away from the landing site of the gun or toward it?
Well, let's see. Did we hear him land?
You didn't hear him land outside.
In which case, I would just pick one and say, just you go that way, I go that way.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to do a luck roll for you real quick. Oh, perfect. That's really low. The cop is going to rush toward the back where there is a break in the back wooden fence that leads toward the railroad tracks. He rushes that way going, "Stop, in the name of the law!"
Max will go the other way. If that gun is sitting there, he'll probably grab that just so it's not like locked.
Yeah, as you rush by, you'll see that there is the area directly beneath the window is completely busted and broken. And he didn't land. There's no way. The ground here is really soft. As you're running by, you can hear the sound of your boots, or pardon me, your hard-soled shoes sucking into the ground as you run. You can actually see that there are some other tracks around here. It looks like he might have scoped this out to see how to get into his room and then went around before, but there's no landing site. And as you near the landing site, you will see half buried in the soft earth is a .45 caliber revolver.
I'll pull it out.
Heavy. Packs a wallop.
He'll like stuff it into his pocket.
And then you'll hear a scream.
And he's gonna turn and book it for the scream.
Okay.
Because that was Daisy.
Up on the roof, Stanley, you are headed toward the top corner, and as you reach the top of it, you are going to make me a luck roll to see if it took you long enough to get up top that you don't see the impact.
24.
24, so you are lucky enough to see the impact.
Lucky?
Cool, make me a sanity check, please. Because I don't think you've ever seen someone's head explode.
Well, on the bright side, I rolled a 2.
Okay, cool. So you are going to take no sanity damage from this, as your first instinct is to look at the screaming girl rather than the body as it explodes. So you are basically perched on top of the roof like Batman, so you hear the body explodes against the pavement.
I will start shouting down, "Daisy!" Who's probably ignoring me.
Okay. Now, through the front, there is a tree off the front way that you could probably try to climb down to get down quicker.
Yeah, I'll beeline towards that.
Okay, just make me a quick climb check.
32.
Perfect. All right, so you're gonna be able to slide down the side of the roof, doing a Nate drink. style jump. You're gonna go grab a branch, do the I want to be monkey spin, and land on the ground easily, rushing up next to Daisy. Daisy, there's someone next to you suddenly.
Probably have hands on her shoulders and
Yeah.
just like the volume is turned off inside her head.
Yeah, she's not here. She's not seeing anything, hearing anything. She's screaming. She's like trying to like breathe.
All right. A moment later, you will hear Max rush up from behind. The three of you are out front. The police officer that was turning around has pulled over. The police car has rolled up against a brick wall that's acting as a fence from some of the nearby buildings, and you can hear the sound of retching as the officer, who's fairly new to the force, is not enjoying this horrible encounter. You can hear him on. Do they have radios in the 20s? Like police radios?
In the cars, I
No.
believe they
I
did.
don't think so. I think they were using telephone boxes at that point, were they?
Oh, probably, yes.
So either way, he's vomiting. He is vomiting, which gives you the briefest moment. Both of you can see that it looks like Seamus.
Yeah, no radios in cars.
Maybe he jumped off the roof or into the tree and fell? But it's a good 40 feet away from the front steps and the roof. The physics don't seem to make sense, but at this point, looking at this body, you're not sure what to think. He landed directly on his head. The body's fairly intact, and you could search it if you wanted.
Max will.
Sure.
I don't think Max is going to be very hindered by broken bodies, considering.
That sounds fine. So, doing a quick check, you are going to find... Damn, he had that on him. Okay. You are going to see that there is a shape jutting out from beneath his coat. The other two of you are going to glance down, and you have the sickening feeling that that's his spine. But, Max, you've seen enough of these to realize what it is. It's curved. But a sawed-off shotgun is strapped to his back.
All right, Max will, I guess, peel that off.
Yeah, and just toss it into the bushes or something.
Yeah, and then probably like search for like wallet or anything else he's got.
All right. Looking through, you're going to be able to see that yes, there is his wallet. He has I have no idea how much money. We're gonna say he has $20 on him, because that's a decent amount in this day and age. As well as a hastily written note that says, check on this black stuff, and has the address for this place.
So Max will like basically pocket everything pocket everything except for the wallet.
Okay.
He'll probably slip. Oh god! Like he probably, if no one's looking, he'll slip the $20 out of it and drop it back on, like put it back on him. And then he'll be like, hey, and with the retching cop.
I'm coming. Oh, gods. Oh my god.
What's your partner's name? He ran off, running off. He's not like he was chasing this guy, but he went the wrong direction.
How in sweet baby Jesus, how did this happen?
Well, we'll have to figure that out. How the hell did this happen?
And with that, I think we're gonna pull and fade back. Time passes. The police take your statements, and obviously there is no way that you can be held accountable for this, right? Obviously, this is some horrible accident. Besides, he was a known agent of the Mafia. The rest of you, though, are eventually let off the hook. Daisy, you're going to have some slight lingering effects, but we're going to pick up in about 2 hours after this, and your mania has subsided. You get off easy the first time. I rolled 1 for the hours.
Haha!
So.
Nice.
You do have a sample of this stuff. Does anybody have access to a microscope?
Let me see what I have.
Or could have access to the university science labs?
I was gonna say might be able to get into a lab.
Yeah, you probably can. Using you're not supposed to be there after hours. But what I'll allow is that on your way back to
Do I know a TA that I can maybe call?
You know that the janitor accepts bribes for people to make out in classrooms after hours.
Wonderful.
So Barney
Nobody
the
asked
janitor.
why she knows this.
Everybody knows this. We're talking about it. So Barney the janitor is happy to help young love.
I'm sure that's what he's happy to help.
For $5.
It's a lot of money in that time.
Yeah.
It's a
pretty
negotiating
steep.
price. Thank you, Codemaster CJ.
You'd be helping.
Looks up to $20 is $312 apparently.
Oh,
Oh.
holy Lord.
He got paid.
Daisy will pull out $1 because that's like $1 and change or something because that's all she has on her. And be like, you'd be helping a lot of people by letting us in.
Well, God helps those who help themselves.
Can I charm roll?
Yes, you may. You can try to charm or fast talk.
What's better? My charm is slightly better.
Okay. So I'm going to say that he doesn't have very high charm, so this is going to be a normal roll under your charm.
Okay. 3 on a 55.
So $5 would be worth $75. So it's pretty good. 78.
Yeah.
So how much did you? 3?
3.
How much did you offer him again? It was
$1.50.
Huh. He rolls his tongue around, sucking at the chaw that's stuffed into his lower lip. Spits into his mop bucket. I do this for you. You don't tell anybody that old Barney let you in for less than the going rate. Capiche? You're a sweet girl. You deserve young love.
Thank you.
If anybody
Hand it over.
asks, it was $5.
$5.
I'll leave you in peace.
Thank you, sir.
And he'll go back to mopping the hallway. And with that, as he rounds the corner, you can sneak the rest of your crew in. The science lab flickers to life. The old fluorescents hum overhead. I'm assuming that we have fluorescents in the 20s. This is the problem with being a history guy. I'm like, shit. I get caught up in the minutia of it. Like, did we have this?
Yeah.
It's even worse in the Victorian era game where I'm like, did we have horses? Did we invent those yet?
We invented horses at that point.
No, but we got into like a 5-minute discussion during Mage on Saturday on whether or not certain carriage types existed.
Yep.
And I'm like, bruh, I don't care about this. Hayden, you should have been in that game because there was so much gore in that. I had to do 3 content warnings.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was.
I'll tell you about it after game.
It was
Yes.
really spoopy.
It was great. But go watch it. Content warning. Gore. And child endangerment. And gore. Okay. Heading inside of the lab, the 5 of you reconvene, shutting the door and latching it behind you. There's no way to look inside of this room with the door shut. The old window is fog glass. And you find your way over to a microscope. What do you do? Who's doing what? What are you talking about?
Well, I have some experience with science and chemicals and that.
As do I. I'm fairly
If you've been
familiar.
trained, I mean, by all means.
Not trained.
Mine was more
but...
of geological curiosity for me.
More just writer's habit. I'll take a look under the microscope.
Does natural world have anything to do with this?
Yeah, natural world is like geology and
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like
I
nature.
have
So,
biology and chemistry.
Yeah,
So,
then you'll want those.
I'm
yeah.
gonna retcon. They are incandescent bulbs, because
Yes.
fluorescents weren't until 1934. So thank you, appreciate it. The chat's really good on the fact checking tonight.
Yeah,
Nice, I like it.
appreciate
Bookmaster
that.
CJ
Thanks,
added.
guys.
It's a fellow CJ, so like they
Oh, yeah.
understand.
It's the siege, man. It's
Us
the
sieges
siege.
have to stick together.
It's true. Okay.
Did I
so-
roll biology?
Yes,
for
you
this,
may.
if I'm looking?
So you can. Anybody can
Wonderful.
use. If you're using that, you can roll
damn it.
biology, chemistry, or pharmacy.
I roll my biology is 36. I rolled a 56.
Okay. You can try again.
I would like to.
Sure. So what this is going to do is called a push. So in this case, you can always do a push anytime that is not combat, a contested skill check. No, you can't do pushes on luck, sanity, or combat. That's what it is. And you basically have to describe how do you try harder. Like what mechanism do you do? Do you just like really crank it up, like crank the like the power on the microscope up to max? Do you add a flashlight?
I will slightly adjust the slide and just kind of like do the block off of one eye and get like really close and like really just try to adjust it to the like just get it a little bit more precise.
Okay. All right.
That
so-
is a 39, so it's only 3 above, but it's still not below, but it's better.
Okay. So glancing at it, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you
Yeah?
for one reason, and that's because your character's a freak. So so you can roll me
It's
a
true.
bonus dice. Roll me a bonus dice on this one, actually.
32.
Okay, and that's all you needed, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Looking at this, you are going to be able to parse it out. One of the components is alcohol. Easy to see. However, the other component here, this is what you get your specialty for. It could be either dried skin or blood. It's unlike any other type of matter that you've seen before, but you can look down and see dead cells in the microscope. And as you're looking down, it was alive at some point. You see the lattice work of cells, the honeycomb lying before you. What the hell? But it moves. And I need you to make me a sanity check.
Okay. Okay, what is my fucking thing? Okay, my sanity is 65. Come on, baby. Y'all. That's 62.
Oh man.
Where's
Okay,
my
so
phone? There's my phone. I'm
so
gonna take a picture just for.
that's good. Good for you. All right.
Iron Will.
So there is going to be as the cells beneath the slide throb and are going to startle you back, and you're going to hear it as the slide you drop them on snaps in half. Perhaps it was just you. I mean, you really have the focal point of the microscope all the way up, so much so that you broke the windows. XP. So you've cranked it
Broke
about as
ME.
close as it is. There's a good chance that you might have cranked it too far, and actually damaged the slide yourself to anybody else's view. But you know what you saw, right? It moved like it was alive, like
You okay, Miss Brooks? Sorry, Mrs. Brooks?
This is gonna sound crazy, but I just need you to stay with me on this. Looking at these cells should be dead. But they're moving.
Cells? You mean that stuff is alive?
Seems like it's made up of alcohol and skin cells, and they should, by all accounts, be dead, but they're not. And they're moving. It wasn't me that cracked this.
You know that doesn't happen.
I'm very well aware I write fiction for a living. I'm aware that it's unnatural. But you also said somebody got pulled into the sky.
So that's 3 unnatural things we've seen today.
No. There could be a totally rational explanation for all of this.
What would
I'm
your
all
rationale
ears.
be?
I don't
I'm all
know,
ears
but
for it.
that's the purpose. That's the journey that you have to seek. There's so many unexplained things.
I would love for there to be a rationale.
All right, well
I'd like to share,
let's
Mr.
approach this scientifically. Miss Wilcox, do you know of any professors of biology or that we could go and talk to and maybe convince them to take a look at the sample?
Not tonight. Perhaps tomorrow? Maybe?
I think she needs to get home. This girl needs a good rest.
All right.
Looking down at
You know what?
this-
I'll
Continue.
ring the doctor. He's likely to know someone. I mean, I wonder if he's
Yeah.
still at the.
So, as you're musing to yourself, Jessica, looking down, you can see that the way that the slide broke has pretty much contaminated your sample. It's kind of been splattered across the glass. There's no way you only had a couple of drops to begin with. This is... You need more of this stuff if you're going to analyze it much further. You push too hard.
Sample's contaminated. Do you think it might be possible that there might be traces of this back at the boarding house? Or, and I realize this is potentially an uncouth thing to suggest, is it possible we might be able to get some sort of scraping from Walter's tongue?
Luckily, there is a sink in the room, and Daisy will lurch toward it, emptying her guts into it.
Miss Wilcox, are you all right?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Here, let's open up a
No,
window
dear,
for
it's
you. all right?
understandable.
Chunk.
I'll get you a glass of water.
Thank you, Stanley.
We could always check with the coroner and see if what was in his personal effects when he was taken in with any of the others.
I could tell you because I was there.
Yeah.
I think we also need to find this bad crowd. There's likely to be evidence there. We'll call the coroner, and then we will run down this bad band. They must have... Clearly the Mafia are on the lookout for them as well. We have to find them before they go to ground.
Mrs. Thornhill?
Yeah.
There's you do investigation kind of stuff, right?
Yes, I do.
Well, something I kind of have to tell you. I didn't really tell the police this, but the night when I discovered Walt,
Yes.
someone called for him. Someone by the name of Jacob, and I didn't really think anything of it, but I don't know if it has anything to do with anything. But that's he asked that he wanted to talk to Walter, and that's what made me discover him. So I don't know. Maybe
But this
you
Jacob
could-
person, they obviously thought he was still alive.
Maybe I don't know. I didn't really think of it at the time. I didn't think it was really important to tell the police. So
Okay.
Maybe, maybe you can, I don't know, look into it.
We might be able to find some information on that caller. Yes.
Jacob.
Yeah, I remember because you said something about, was it with a C or a K, and that's what made me remember that, because that's what I asked Jacob on the phone.
Right. And did he say?
No, he just
hung up.
hung up.
Okay.
If you're looking for the bad crowd, all of you were informed by the doctor, just to remind you, that all of the other two bodies that came in had the same symptoms as Resnick. No apparent wounds, natural causes.
Black tongue.
And the only connection between the three of them was that boy, that expelled one, Paul Rogers.
Rogers.
If you're looking for the bad group, Paul Rogers is what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any idea where he operates?
There are a couple of ways you can find out that. Finding Rogers through official sources is difficult. Let me just double check this real quick.
And just to also double check the names of the three deceased. So we have Walter.
Yep.
We have Mary Clausen, and who's the third?
The third is Franklin Stewart.
Franklin Stewart. Thank you.
So you wouldn't know where he lives. There are a couple ways to do it. You could go ask around through people you know he hangs out with. Alternatively, you could go through the city records at Town Hall. Because apparently library use is like the #1 skill in this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is in the freaking library. The library.
What about school records? Because he got expelled, right?
Yeah. We could try the school.
There would certainly be records on him from the school.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Potentially. Although he may have moved after.
But it would be a good starting point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would
Where his
I-
residence was. Yeah.
At this time of night, would I know how to get a hold of someone that might be connected to him? That feels like the fastest way.
Do you have any skills that would apply to that, you think?
Good question. Fast talk, occult, natural world.
I wish there was just a general know
Ecology.
stuff roll, but I'm not sure if there is.
Could it be maybe luck of like I
I'll
was
allow
in a
luck roll,
class
yeah.
with someone? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd only use luck or intelligence rolls for that.
Yeah.
My intelligence
education
is way
rolls.
better.
Education might work.
Education is also way
Education?
better.
Yeah.
Let's do an ent roll to see if you know anybody
Okay.
for that. Anybody else who would like to? Everybody else can make me a luck roll if they think they might have a contact,
By 60
Sure.
of 80.
but only if you think
I
you
will
would.
pass. I'm totally new in the town.
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate that.
I'll roll that. See if
I have 60 luck.
Goodness.
I rolled 46.
You're 46. Well, you're a late night author, so you actually know that the library in town stays open until 9 o'clock. It is
39 here.
39 under what's your luck?
Under 55. Under luck.
Cool. And Gerry, you might have a contact that knows about that you have a contact in a local speakeasy
Of course.
that might. Of course you do, obviously, right? Who might be able to hook you up there. So I would say that. So Jessica, you have a contact at a library, man or woman?
I'd say man.
Okay, so named Henry, who is basically he's the assistant librarian at the Arkham Library and is in charge of night stalking after they close. He's let you in a few times to do some extra research after hours because he's sweet on you. Good-looking guy. If only he'd met you a few years before Mr. Brooks. Is there a Mr. Brooks?
Mm-hmm.
Well, too bad for Henry. Unless his last name is Brooks. Your husband's the librarian. Oh, come on in, honey. $5. It goes into the swear jar. Motherfucker. Henry Horn? All right, Horn it is. All right. So so you can go to a speakeasy. You can separate the party at this point. Go to the speakeasy, go there, and go call some friends. Daisy, did you get what'd you get on your roll?
60 under 80.
Okay, so you know somebody off the top of your head that actually one of your engineering friends briefly dated Paul recently, but he was a bit too. Actually, one moment. Let me double check something. Actually, you are friends with your friend, or you know someone who is dating him right now.
Went to high school with them.
Yeah, I'm just double checking because I have their name here somewhere.
Gotcha.
I didn't highlight it because I didn't think it was going to be useful, and now it's super useful. Leslie.
Leslie.
She is a waitress at the local diner.
Okay. And dating Paul?
Dating Paul Rogers.
Ooh, interesting. Wonderful. I do know. I can't believe I didn't think about this beforehand. I do know who Paul's dating. I went to high school with her. She might be on shift right now. If not, I think I have her number in my pocketbook. One moment.
Well, it's an all-night diner.
She might be on shift. We can go check.
I know a gal at a local speakeasy that might know some info.
All right.
We could check that.
Or you could
Daisy, how old are you?
Well, she's supposed to be 26, but I've been playing her a lot younger. So
Oh, okay,
she's
okay,
probably
okay.
20, honestly.
Okay, but
Well-
so possibly. I mean, it's definitely, even though
What was
it's
the
a
age in the
speakeasy
20s?
and prohibition.
I
It's
thought it was, like,
prohibition.
18.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Prohibition.
Gerry,
No
Gerry, the
prohibition,
legal age
so-
is no.
Yeah,
The legal age is moved to Canada.
yeah.
Exactly.
But they're still going to be fussy about letting in kids. So
She's probably 26, but she
okay,
like acts like she seems a lot younger. She gets like, were she to be ID'd,
Yeah.
she would get ID'd a lot.
yeah. But being a speakeasy, somebody would have to vouch for her. So Gerry could possibly vouch for her, depending on how if everybody's going to the speakeasy or if the party's going to split.
I'd like to go check the library if that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
We can go in pairs if you don't want to take the kid to the speakeasy. She can come help me with the books. Maybe try to find some records. Seems like that might be a little bit more up your speed.
Yeah, let's not put her in a situation she might not be comfortable in.
Take
I
it
can
a
come
little
with you,
slow.
Gerry, if you like.
Sure. Always good to have a man who knows his way around a gun.
Stanley, you want to stick with those two or come with us?
I don't know.
You know
Where
what?
can I-
Stay with Daisy. Stay with Daisy.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea.
She could use
Yeah.
a friend to lean on.
I'll look after the kids and you guys check the speakeasy.
The kids are 25 and 26.
I know.
The kids.
According to
kids.
my sheet, I'm
Yeah.
52.
College-
So yeah,
college
so
kids.
they are the
Milf.
kids.
College. Amazing.
You're kids to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Say hi to Stacy's mom.
I hear she's got it going on. Stifler! All right.
Oh my goodness.
And with that, you separate, leaving and peeling off to the two vehicles. You fortunately have a pair.
Should we make plans to meet back somewhere? We don't
Or
have
would
cell
you?
phones in the 20s.
Isn't it the
No,
best?
you find a common meeting spot. And
You know what? I've got a hotel room. We'll meet up in my hotel room.
Sure, in the
Sure.
Jot it down.
in the hotel lobby, in the coffee shop.
Yeah, we'll meet you in the lobby when we're all finished.
Yeah, if
Sounds
it's
good.
open. Otherwise, just ask at the
Alright.
desk.
Sure.
Fair enough. What
I'll
hotel
give
are you
them-
staying at, Max?
All's
Hotel-
motor in.
Or are you
Hotel
staying
Coral Essex.
or are you staying in a spare room inside of the Wilcox house?
Oh, we could meet at the all night diner.
Yeah, the diner. The diner's a good
Diner.
idea.
All night.
Public.
All
You know
night.
what?
All
I'm
night.
gonna say that I'm gonna reference a friend. It's all night bites,
Ooh, I like it.
Oh,
The all
that's
night
good. I love
bites
it. All
diner.
night bites.
and it's spelled Nite,
Of course.
but
And
it's
we're
spelled
we're in a Cthulhu game. All the nights last at least 18 hours.
Exactly.
Yes.
18, 30 hours, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right, you separate,
Lock up. Turn all the lights off.
and as you're leaving, Barney the janitor gives you a little bit of a wink on your way out.
Does he think all of us were doing
This
in
is an
there?
eclectic
Stanley, oh no.
People. I don't want to
Get it,
know
you
what he
dir-
thinks.
You dirty hushes.
Oh no.
Can I give him a high five on the way out?
Oh no.
Just,
roll-
just
roll
tell
for high
him. Just
five.
say, hey, you're just jealous, you dirty old man.
Oh, I rolled an 11.
All right,
yeah.
that is the highest of fives.
Is this Blarney McStinson?
This
Yeah, this is Blarney McStinson.
Yes, he gets it. He does the high five, turns to the curtain, and goes, "Ted, I'm ready to leap now," and like quantum leaps back
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the future where he meets your mother. Okay. All right. With that, you head off into your different directions. Heading into your cars, you drive into the night. But as the camera pulls up, you do not see, in the darkness of 9 o'clock, on this autumn night in Arkham. But above you, the sound of wings flying through the dark between the blackened stars. And a horrible noise, not meant for human ears, echoes throughout the stillness of this quiet town. Which we will find out more about next time on Call of Cthulhu.
The beating of little flappy wings.
I will tell you after all of this what this thing is, because how it do is really stupid and really 1920s scary.
Is it like,
Like-
Graveyard Girl? It's her alligator that gets its wings.
Does the thing start with a B?
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. I don't actually remember, so hold on. Does it start with a B? Hold on. Let's see.
Barbara?
Barbara.
Yes, it's a beast named Barbara.
It's
No, it does not start with a B.
The mightiest
Okay.
of beasts, Barbara.
It is, yes, it's the beast with a billion backs. You know what it is? It's Morbo. Morbo wishes you to tune in next time on Call of Cthulhu. All right. Folks, thank you so much for watching this episode of Call of Cthulhu. I hope that you had some fun. Folks, did you have some fun?
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
it's fun.
yes.
I'm
Yep.
so excited.
Investigative games take a little while to really get into.
was
I
good.
really appreciate you being willing to bend over to work together, because that is one of the problems with investigative games and people who don't know each other, is the whole like, okay, let's not do 3 episodes of like, I don't trust you, buddy. I don't trust you, buddy. I don't, you know. You got to kind of use movie logic on this stuff.
We're united for Walter.
United for
Yes,
Walter.
yes.
In
Do it
Walter,
for
we
Walter.
yeah,
Walter
In Walter,
There's a
we
lot of
investigate.
Walters in
Just-
this game.
justice for Walter.
Yes.
All right, so hey, folks, thank you so much for watching tonight, everybody. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to, if you like what we do here, give us a follow, give us a sub if you got the extra coin in your pocket, and $5. And if you want to support the channel, help us grow, get us some more cool music and some more like flashy duds, and help me pay my rent. Really useful. Don't forget that we have a Patreon at patreon.com/dorktales. Also, you can follow us on YouTube to watch old episodes. And if you like this game here, I strongly suggest you go check out our Mage the Ascension, the Victorian era game, which is even better. Like, no offense to y'all, but it's even better because it's Mage. And last
true.
episode
Mage is
had
really
the most
Yeah.
grotesque murder I've ever described on camera.
It was
yeah.
awesome. It
Ooh.
was so
I wa-
well done. I was most impressed.
Thank you. Especially because you can tell that the guy is playing games with them.
Oh yes, yes. No,
Right?
it's well it's well plotted. I really liked how you described it and
Thank you.
the gore for gore's sake, and yeah.
I tried not to
Professional
do
interest.
too much, but like I was like, yeah, because the game is set like 3 years after Whitechapel. So it's recent memory
Yeah.
Jack the Ripper stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. But folks, that's going to be it for us tonight. We will see you next Monday. So don't forget to come back. Same tentacle time, same tentacle channel. We'll see you later. Love y'all. All right, good night, everybody. Bye.
Have a good night, everybody.